Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Subscribe. Smash the like button. Smash the like button, guys. Like the vid. Like the vid, guys. Subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash that freaking like button. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Like the vid. My people, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Like that freaking vid. Like the vid, guys. So, guys, we have a lot of talk about. Today is a celebration. It's a celebration stream tonight. We're gonna talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan. Kai Havertz has been unveiled as an Arsenal player. Kalidou Koulibaly has joined Saudi Arabia. Edouard Mendy has joined Saudi Arabia. Hakim Ziyech potentially about to jump. I think the report is he failed the medical, but and he has been a doubt for us to sign him. But we're gonna wait and see. Well, maybe when they do like a further test again, we're gonna know what's going on. And also, Mason Mount is a United player, is a done deal. And we're going to talk about Moises Caicedo. But the big topic is going to be Mason Mount to Manchester United. Here we go. Is a done deal. Smash that like button, like the vid, get that freaking likes up. We're going to have a serious conversation about the topic. Like that freaking vid, subscribe, smash the like button, smash that like. Let's do my people. Guys, like the vid, guys, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, smash that freaking like button. Guys, we have a serious discussion to have. We're gonna talk about Mason, we're gonna talk about Moises Caicedo, we're gonna talk about Mount, a lot of stuff need to be talking about. But guys, it's official. Done deal. Here we go. Mount to United. Kai Havertz has been unveiled as an Arsenal player. Moises Caicedo potentially about to join close. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan, Hakim Ziyech potentially to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. I think there's a problem with his medical. I think that should be sorted out tomorrow. I also think, I also we're also going to talk about Edouard Mendy potentially joining Saudi Arabia. And I'm hearing Areza Balaga is going to be the number one. Lord have mercy. A lot, the number one. Oh my God in heaven, Lord have mercy. But guys, it's official. Finally, it's a celebration party. Like I said to people, you can bring anything you want to bring on the show. We have to celebrate. Finally, the boy who has a fake dream has finally potentially left. That's what everybody has been waiting for. Get the boy out of Chelsea. I'm happy the saga, everything is fine. I'm happy the saga is done. It's official, it's done. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm tired about it. It's officially done. I'm happy. Everybody can be on the same shape, on the same side. We can enjoy. We can relax our body. We can move on from Mason Mount. I'm tired and sick of Mason this, Mason that, Mason this, Mason that, Mason this, Mason that. Wow. Wow, wow. Finally. Mason Mount has joined. But firstly, let's talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan because when we talk about players, I know I call him Ayamatanga. Mm? I think he has all the attributes to become that kind of player. But my problem is, my issue with Ruben is when he get into the final third, what has his decision making? He's played the right wing back, midfielder, and I think his best season was under Mauricio Sarri when we played that 4-3-3, and it was very phenomenal that year. I think the injury hampered Ruben a lot, where he wasn't able to give his all because of due to the injury. So I can understand the injury stuff and everything, but like I told people, I'm not pissed off because Ruben left. Ruben is a phenomenal player. He is a phenomenal player, and shout out to AC Milan paying up 60 million. Shout out to them paying 60 million. I can't fault them. Shout out to them paying 60 million. Shout out to them paying 60 freaking million and paying 20 million for Ruben. Very, very good deal for me. Like I said, he can go to AC Milan to ball there. He can ball there. He can ball there, man. He can ball there because he's a very good player. But like I said, he can go to AC Milan and ball, man. He can ball there, man. He can ball there, man. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan is a done deal. Fabrizio just tweeted that he has signed his contract and everything is ready. I think pending the official announcement from AC Milan, and I think also from Chelsea, he will probably gonna join Chelsea. He's done for me. He's done. It's a done deal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan for me is a done deal. Like I said, we needed this rebuild. It was a very, very important rebuild. We needed it because whether people like it or not, we needed this rebuild very, very, very bad. It was pivotal. This rebuild was very pivotal because if we don't rebuild, there's gonna be a problem with the squad and everything. But I'm happy that we did the rebuild, even in a way that I wasn't even expecting. But the rebuild was done, which makes me happy. So, like what I said, Fikayo Tomori is has joined AC Milan. Is is going to go and meet his fellow Cuban players there, which I'm happy about. Go to Milan, play your football in Milan, enjoy yourself in Milan, get the very good weather in AC Milan, which is not the bad weather. Milan is a very wonderful city where you have to go there, chill, relax, enjoy. Very magnificent weather. You can go there and enjoy yourself. You can go there and chill because it's a very good weather. So I'm happy for Ruben. We're banging in 20 million for Ruben, and I think Pulisic is about to join them too. I think the only problem with Pulisic is I think it's just about what Chelsea wants to get from Pulisic. Chelsea want 20 million. I think Milan are only ready to pay 15 million. I think conversation will continue to go ahead with it, and I think they will come to a compromise very, very soon. They will come to a compromise very soon, and if that happens for me, I think Christian Pulisic will join AC Milan, but right now it's a done deal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has joined AC Milan, and I'm happy for him. He has to go to Milan and join Milan. He has to enjoy himself in Milan. It's very, very important because if he doesn't join right now, he has only 1 year on his contract, and I think it's best for all parties for him to go. Best for all parties. Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan, done deal. Pending announcement is a done deal from AC Milan and from Chelsea. He's done this. He's finished his medical. Just remaining everything. And I'm happy for Milan. They let go of Ibrahimovic and so many of their players. And it is Brahim Diaz has left. And I think they're also looking at Pulisic too. A competition is being held with Chelsea and Milan for 20 million, but I think Milan wants to pay 15. I think Chelsea want them to pay 15 plus add-ons to get closer to 20 million. I think if they can get closer to 20 million, they would agree a deal. But right now, no deal has been agreed right now. So let's see how the competition goes towards early July, middle of July. And I think Pulisic will leave, but let's see how it goes. Smash that like button, guys. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Tonight, it's a celebration party. We have to celebrate, man. We gotta celebrate. Mr. Kenny, Ruben Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan is a done deal. But pending official club announcement, it's a done deal. Give me your take.
Yeah, I think it's good for the player. Obviously, he's been here for quite some time. He's getting old as well. I think was like 20, 28,
It's
no,
27,
26,
27.
27. Yeah, so yeah, he's been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time. Obviously, yeah, like you said, his best season was under Sarri. Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, yeah, that silly injury and that
Yeah.
silly friendly game that we played. Honestly, that's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he probably hampered his I think he hampered his Chelsea career. I think that if he didn't get injured, I think he could have become like probably an important player for the squad. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
ever since then he hasn't been able to regain that form that he had back then. So yeah, obviously he was still serviceable because he has certain attributes that will always work in the Premier League because he's quite physical. He has a nice build. He's strong as well. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, the role was playing him like the advanced aid. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
his end product is not good enough. His end
Because
product is
Tonali
not.
has left, so I think he gonna fill the void of Tonali. He can play more in the double pivot, and if it's gonna play like a 4-3-3, it can be that advanced eight. And if they bring in Pulisic, now that changes because you can play Ruben and Chronic or whatever they want to play together and push Pulisic more as a number 10. But we have to wait and see.
Yeah, but no, I think he's good for him. I think that the league as well. I think he can go over there. I think he can do quite well in that league. I think
Mhm.
it, like I said, probably the physicality here is not the physicality over there in Italy is going to be easier for him to dominate over there.
Yeah.
So no, I think he will do very well. And honestly, for 20 mil for an academy player, honestly, he's decent. He's done well, and he was a squad player. So getting 20 mil for a squad player, it's more than decent. So yeah, honestly, it's a good deal for both. I'm not mad to see him leave. I think that he's been here for long enough. He's had his chances. Obviously, he was unlucky with injury, but yeah, afterwards, he didn't. I think he knew that he was always going to be a squad player at best. So why not go
Mhm.
AC Milan, which is a big club as well, like one of the biggest club in Europe. They have Champions League. Why not go there and trying to be one of the main players over there? So yeah, I think it's good for him. Yeah.
But do you think because yes, he had that long injury, but do you think his potential what hasn't been shown enough in Chelsea, or do we just kind of sabotage his career in terms of player?
I don't know because even in that Sarri season, we saw a player, but we never saw. He never had like that consistency there. It's not like a Mason. Like he never had like 2, 3 seasons
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, yeah, Loftus-Cheek is that player. He had like glimpses. It's like a Hudson Odoi. Yeah, maybe his injuries hampered him, but they really never like when they were giving chances because Loftus-Cheek was giving chances and he
Mm-hmm.
played some good games. But then the next game would be it wouldn't be good enough. So like I said, for me, it was not good enough to be a star. He was a decent squad player,
Mm-hmm.
but like more than that, I don't think I would have seen him more than that. Like more than a squad player. And the thing is that I don't. We've seen him play in a double pivot, and I don't think that's his best position because we've seen him sometimes they're trying to play him and Enzo. It didn't work, and like right now we're probably going to play in a 4-2-3-1. So I don't see him playing in a double pivot, and I don't see him playing as a 10 as well because he doesn't have the end product. So I think that for me, he's a number 8. So I don't see where he would have played in this probably under Pochettino. But like I said, he can go to. I think that he can find himself a place at AC Milan. But no, I don't think we wasted his
Honestly,
potential.
okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think we wasted his potential. I just think that he had his
Mm-hmm.
opportunities, and obviously the injury, like injuries happen, so you never know what could have been. But obviously stuff happens, so yeah. I, nah, I think
Because
he had
the
his
way
chances.
Because the way I look at Ruben is someone that has the potential to be a consistent player. And I think the problem I believe with Ruben is when you get to the final third, I'm always having a problem with Ruben. Same thing with Mateo Kovacic. Ruben can dribble, he has that physicality, he has that power. Now going to the final third and make a decision, it became a problem. That's my issue with Ruben because Ruben can if you want to play him as a double pivot, he will play. In the box to box, he will play. In the 4-3-3, Ruben will thrive in. Anywhere you want to play Ruben, he will show up. My problem with Ruben is because I believe he needs a consistency of games, which I believe him going to AC Milan and Syria is the best place for him to showcase his talent, which is for me a very good team. And I also believe if he can have a consistent run of matches, I think he will show more of himself in terms of talent and ability, which I have never doubted in Ruben. My problem with him is final third, I have a problem with him.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And the thing is that we didn't help as well because after the injury, he did
Mhm.
get loaned as well. I think he went to Crystal Palace. He went to
Yeah,
Fulham as well, I think.
Yeah.
And the loans there, they didn't really work out. But the thing is that when he came back under Tuchel made him like he was like a Swiss Army knife. So he would play him midfielder, he would play him like right wing back, would play him even behind the striker sometimes. So he never really got a role
Mm-hmm.
there. Like honestly, I liked him at right wing back. I think that he could have done with the games when he played there. I think he was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if him personally yet. I don't know if he saw himself doing that. And I think that he knew that probably if he plays that position, I think he knew that Reece James was there. So no, like I said, like, I think that how do you call it? He had a good career. He won trophies. I don't think he won a
Mm-hmm.
Premier. Did he win the Premier League with
Yeah,
us?
he
I
did
don't
win the
think.
Premier League. Yeah, he
Yeah,
won the
yeah,
Premier League.
yeah.
He won.
He won the
He
Premier
won.
League. He was part of the Champions League squad. So he's won stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think now it's
Mm-hmm.
time for him to try to
Now he went to
solidify.
meet his team, Fikayo
Yeah,
Tomori.
yeah, yeah. I think it's time for him to go and try and solidify himself like as a
Mm-hmm.
regular starter in a top team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. Like I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's good for him. It's good for the club. He didn't make any fuss about it. So yeah, yeah, it's good,
Yeah,
man.
fair
Especially
enough.
for the price. But
But 20 million, that's a good deal. That's a very good deal.
it's just a
Yeah, he
great
won the
deal.
Europa League too. He won the Europa League too,
Yeah,
yeah.
Europa League. Yeah, with Sarri. That's true.
Sorry, yeah.
That's
Smother
true.
like button,
Yeah.
guys. Smother like button, yeah. And 20 million for me, Kenny, is that's a good deal. That's a very good deal. That's a very, very good deal.
Yeah, that's. Like he's like 20 million for him compared to like
Pulisic is
Pulisic
also gonna go for
that would
20 million, but I think Milan wants to pay 15. But Chelsea
yeah.
said they should pay 15 plus add-ons to get it done.
Yeah, like Pulisic is what 20. We bought him like 60. This guy, like I said, is an
Mm-hmm.
academy player for 20 million is good,
Mm-hmm.
especially for to a foreign team. I would have
Mm-hmm.
expected that maybe from like a Premier League team, but for a foreign
Mm-hmm.
team, especially these Italian clubs, we know right now they're struggling with money.
Yeah.
So for them to actually
Assalamu
pay that money,
alaikum. How is everyone? Kenny, Abdullah, how are you guys? Sorry
sheesh,
to interrupt. How are you
Walaikum
guys,
Kiman,
man?
salam. Kiman,
Kiman,
How are
yes,
you guys doing? Oga, Ochichi,
Kiman.
Onakapa,
Man,
whatever. Abdullah,
it's gonna be a long
you have to
wait,
teach
it's
me
gonna be
these
a
things.
long stream tonight. It will be a long, it's a celebrating party.
Abd-
Wait, come on.
Abdullah, where's the
Firstly,
music? I thought we were
wait,
doing
wait,
music
don't worry,
excellence amount
don't
out
worry.
stream.
When I get to him, I'll play the music. It's not yet time. Don't worry.
Ah!
Sometimes you have to warm up. When you take tea, hot tea and coffee when it's cold, you first warm it up first for it to be
You have to
very
blow
hot.
on the tea. Abdullah, you have to blow on the
Yes,
cup.
like exactly. Calm down. Just calm down. It's not yet time. When we get to that, the fake boy who has a fake dream, we're gonna have a conversation. It's not yet time. We'll have a conversation. But for me, 20 million is a good deal for Ruben. Massive, massive um happiness for me because him going to Milan, he can elevate him. If he can have a consistent game with his body, Fikayo Tomori, Milan is a good place for him. Fair enough. Kiman, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ayamatanga to AC Milan, done deal. Pending club announcement.
Firstly, again, I want to just greet everyone again. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak, Abdullah. I didn't say Eid Mubarak to you guys.
To you. Thank
Kenny,
you.
what's up? How are you doing, man? How are you doing? I think Kenny's away from the phone. Listen, man, I am a Tanga. Robin Loftus-Cheek.
yeah, man.
Thank you for
I'm
that.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
Thank
You
you,
can
my
hear me
friend.
now, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
What's up?
yeah,
How are you
yeah.
doing,
It
man?
was
How are
me.
you
It was
doing?
me. Yeah, I'm good. Well, were you on the HS stream earlier?
I was on the HS team a bit, but then I got tired. I had some other things to do, so I left.
Yeah. Now I was working all day, so
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
So
What about
now,
you? Are you
listen,
good,
guys.
man?
I'm
Are you
okay,
good?
bro. We
You looking
we had
happy?
celebrations, but but we'll get there, man. We'll get there. Let me answer Abdullah's question.
Yeah.
Listen, man. It is. I believe the deal is now 20 million.
20
Loftus-Cheek.
million, yeah. 15 million plus
Loftus-Cheek.
add.
A lot of people look back at that friendly and say, if that injury didn't happen, what would have been, right? Like,
Yeah.
what heights would he have reached? But that's life. That's part of life. Things happen. What you plan to do changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is, and I've been saying this. I said that this is the right time for him to go. A lot of Chelsea, like I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans talking about, no, we need to keep him, we need to hold him, whatnot. Why do you want to? There's when you have a baby bird, right? When you have a little bird that you nurture and make it grow, there's a time that you let it fly. There's a time you're supposed to let it fly. Poor this guy, his wing broke. earlier on in his career, but now it is time for him to go to another league to develop better. Who knows? He can even be better. Who knows? And I think the Italian league will really suit him, especially the way he plays, taking on players. They play a very low block. I think he could do well. I think he could really do well. I think he could really do well. I'm happy. Great business. Great business. I wonder how the hell did he pass the medical test? How the hell did he pass it? I don't know. But for 18 million, that is business, man. That is pure profit.
There was no need for that kind of.
No. I'm just asking. But 18 million, that's listen, man. You have to give the ownership props. They have to give the ownership props.
Yeah, fair enough. So now let's talk. Now, firstly, people kind of call me so many names, but I keep telling people because we have to have that serious conversation. And when you play for Chelsea, there's so much pressure on you. I understand that, and you have to perform. And I tell people, I'm so happy he's left the club. I don't want to have anything to do about him anymore because I'm tired of backing this guy. I have backed him. I have supported him. I have given my all so much for him where I got some money I beat because of him. Still, I still back him, but he hasn't even upped his backing. And what more can I say when I back a player and he hasn't even showed more? What more can I say? Kai Havertz has been unveiled as an Arsenal player. 70 million euros from Arsenal to Chelsea is a done deal. And people keep asking me, what is Kai Havertz's position? Till now, I don't know his position. And when people call me this and people say this, and I keep asking myself, 19 goals in 91 appearances in the Premier League. In Premier League, how do I explain that? In overall, he played 243 matches from Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, and what's called Carabao Cup, Club World Cup, and everything. He scored 35 goals in 250 something appearances. Please, how can I explain that to the world of football in Kai Havertz? How? So when people come at me that we hate Kai Havertz, we do not hate Kai Havertz, but Kai Havertz consistency has been below par, and I can't even support him anymore. When people say, "Well, we will regret him selling to us now," I will drink my hot coffee or hot tea, enjoying myself and salivating and happy with him because I wanted him gone. He has to go. I don't care anymore. His fan base can F off with him together and go and meet him in Arsenal. I don't care. Yes, he's one of the UCL. Drogba one of the UCL. So, what else? So, because people we keep living in this past era where we say Kai Havertz one of the UCL. We've seen so many players one of the UCL. What more? Nothing more. He can F off. I don't care. He has gone. He can go. I do not care anymore. So, he's been unveiled as Arsenal. I don't care wherever he plays for me. Good luck. Best of luck. What more can I say? Kenny, Kai Havertz.
Yeah, yeah. It's for me, it's a great deal. But there's talent, like you said, there's talent. I don't know what Blue Eyes is going to do now, but I think he might cry. But the thing is that there's clearly talent there. But like I said, I think it wasn't a match that he needed to leave. The positions we were playing him clearly didn't fit him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think there's a good player there because when we bought him for that money, like the guy was one of the best talents in Europe. So obviously there was something there, but we as a club and he as a player, I think he's probably 60-50 or like 50-50 because let's be real, Chelsea has been quite a mess for the past 3 years, I think. And the thing is that the Champions League was a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because obviously it was nice winning the Champions League, but I think that we started maybe over like we gave some of these players a bit too much like leeway, or you won us the Champions League, or you done that for us, Now you see guys crying that a player is leaving because Mason Mount or Havertz. Like I'm so like that Champions League was 2 years ago. It was not last year. Like people need to move on with the times. Like a lot have happened since that Champions League. A lot have happened. So yeah, for me, how do you call it? I'm surprised he went to Arsenal. I'm surprised Arsenal came in for him like that. That's the only thing that shocked me. But they did the deal quickly, and obviously like we see with other clubs. I see why people get mad. Oh, we're selling players to Premier League clubs, but the reality is that with the price that we're asking, like the only clubs that can pay that type of money is Premier League clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to sell them to Premier League clubs.
That's a very good point, Kenny. That's a very
You'd
good
have
point, Kenny.
when you're asking for, because how much did we ask Real Madrid? We asked like for 70. They offered like what, 40 million.
Yeah, they pulled out. They pulled out.
They pulled out after 40 million, so you have no choice but to sell them to Premier League rivals. So the thing is that I didn't want him to stay, and we had to sell him. So we may as well sell him to the highest bidder. Could he be like a lot of people? Could he be De Bruyne or Salah? Maybe he's talented, so maybe he can play well for Arsenal. But even if he play well for Arsenal, for like De Bruyne and Salah, I'm not gonna be mad. Maybe the Chelsea was not meant for him. So that's just it. I'm not gonna be
But
if we
then,
would have kept
how
him.
do we explain 19 goals to 91 appearance in Premier League? And overall, 243 appearance for Chelsea, 35 goals. How do I explain that?
Obviously, he how do you call it? I think his finishing has been quite bad. Like especially from Leverkusen, like from what I've seen from what I saw from before we bought him, he was quite good in front of goal. But I don't know if it's like the lack of confidence or I don't know what happened to him. And I think as well we played him like playing him as a lone striker, especially in the Premier League, like in a role that he's barely played before. Like I think that was a bad idea. Obviously, he had good stretches, but long term, I don't think that we find the position that's good enough for him. So I just think that we just like I said, he wasn't the best, but we have some blame as well, like, because the guy was clearly talented. So I think that we as well we misuse him and probably some like the atmosphere at the club, like I said, for the past 2 years has not been the best. For a lot of players have been stagnating at the club. Like all these players that we're selling, they're not all bad. Obviously, they might not be as good as we wanted them to be, but they're not all bad. So I think some of these players they've disappointed, but the club has been a bit of a mess as well. So I think that is good on both parts. Some of these players get a new start and let us bring some new players, and then trying to regenerate the team. So happy for like good for him. He's playing. He's going to go to a decent team now. He seemed to show that he has the talent that people thought he had. That he actually still had it. So we'll see.
Okay, man. Kai Havertz to Arsenal for 70 million is a done deal. It's official. Give me your take.
Abdullah, this has been my favorite Eid. It's just every day it just gets better and better. Kai Havertz, I told you guys before, I said I don't believe he's going anywhere. I said there's no way we're going to get rid of, because I said the player Kai Havertz that we have, the amount of money it will take to get rid of him, no one was going to pay that money. No one with a sensible brain, no one with a 2-digit IQ would sit there and say we're going to buy Kai Havertz. Arsenal, Arteta, thank you. You are proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. Finally, I do not have to listen and argue with idiots about he plays out of position, about he's a mid. I don't have to argue about that anymore. People telling me, oh my God, he's going to be Bergkamp region. He's going to be Robin Van Persie region. Why do I care? What did he do that for me? Was he my Van Persie? Was he my Bergkamp? When I looked at Havertz, I say, this is what we have. This is the best thing we have to offer. This is. You can argue this is the best player in this team. And that is a problem. If Havertz is your best player, that is a problem. That is a serious problem. 65 million pounds?
No, everything 65? Is 70. Add on 70 million.
70 million pounds. Real Madrid valued this guy at 40. They didn't want to go anywhere higher than that. Abdullah, this guy going, I get it. He could do well. I don't care. He could do well. But if he does not do it for me, out of fear that he might do it well for someone else, should I keep him? Honest to God question. I'm putting this out to the panel. Honest to God question. If he does not do well here, just thinking that he might do well at another club, I should keep him and still hurt myself, keep stabbing myself with this idiot. Hell no.
I don't get these fans. I don't get
listen, man. Listen, Havertz used to piss me the hell off because I look at him when he has a shit game. His fans tell me, oh my God, no, he's playing out of position. Oh my God, so-and-so did not pass the ball. Oh my God, he's a luxury player. Now, you take it one by one. He's playing out of position. he said that he likes to play in the front. He likes to play in the front three. You go, he said so and so did not pass a ball. That game, it reminds me of that game against Southampton where Fofana he cut the keeper. He had an open goal. Instead of passing to Havertz, he shot it. And I celebrated that as a goal. By the way, I won't tell you the truth. I celebrated that as a goal because I did not want to sit here after 10 games of Havertz not scoring, getting a tap in, and then coming to shush us. That's what pissed me off the most about this guy.
Because Kemen, my problem with Kai Havertz is an inconsistent player. That is my
Oh,
issue with him.
Abdullahi, man. And the worst part is he's not inconsistent. He's not inconsistent just being unlucky. It is by choice. He gets 35 chances towards goal. He's only converted, I think, 4 times.
But how do I? But Kema, this is me now because Arsenal fans are coming at Chelsea, and I'm telling Arsenal fans, how do I explain this? 19 goals in 91 appearance.
No,
How do I
no.
explain that?
These Arsenal fans are shameless. These guys were calling him shy
19
Havertz.
goals in 91
They were
appearance.
saying he was
How do I
they
explain
were
that?
saying he was a poor player.
Nick,
And now these same Arsenal fans are doing
Kenny,
threads on Twitter talking
Kenny,
about, oh, it's Chelsea's best
Kenny,
player.
it is hilarious, and I tell you why they're doing this. It's not because majority of actual Arsenal fans, like reasonable Arsenal fans, are looking at this and saying, "What the fuck are we doing?" But I want you to notice, right? If you've checked on Twitter, a lot of these Kai Havertz accounts, these Stan accounts, have left this club. Thank God they have left this club. This is what we needed. We needed to get rid of these mediocre clubs and their stands. Flush that nonsense. As an Arsenal fan, if you're a legitimate Arsenal fan, you're sitting down thinking to yourself, okay, we are going for the title again. We want to challenge and maybe even win. We want to bridge that small gap that cost us last season. You've paid 100 million for Rice, whether you think it's overpaying or not. It's still a statement signing. Okay, we have Rice. Then you splash 65 million on Kai Havertz. That should ring alarm bells in your head saying, okay, he could do well, but for 65 million, 70 million pound, could you not get a better option? I'm not complaining. I am not complaining in one way. I will take your money and I will smile.
Like I said, I don't know where Arteta wants to play him. And the guy has been pushing for him, so I don't. You see something that we didn't see.
No, Kenny, it's not even that. It's not even that.
Go ahead, Kema. Kema, are you there?
It looks like his phone caught. Maybe the internet went out.
I think Kiman is muted. I don't know what's going on, but Kiman is muted.
Mm.
Vilton, how you doing, brother?
It's good, man. What's up, man? How you
Welcome
guys?
to the celebrating party, but it's not yet time we'll celebrate. Don't worry, but welcome to the celebrating party. Firstly, give me your take on Kai Havertz for 70 million to Arsenal Football Club.
Ooh, what a signing for Arsenal, man. It's a really good signing for Arsenal, I think, in my opinion. And it's a good business for Chelsea. I mean, the player wanted to leave and Chelsea wanted to let him go. So it's a win-win for both parties. I think Arsenal getting a fantastic player. I just think that his time at Chelsea just been bad. I mean, almost every player that had a bad time at Chelsea, man. Honestly, the only players that's been good, I know they bought that was decent is Thiago Silva, right? That was good for not decent. He was actually good. But everybody else that went to Chelsea regrets, honestly. Felix, Havertz, Timo Werner, they'll just regress. It just was not meant to be for them to go to Chelsea. So now maybe I think at Arsenal he's gonna flourish because he's gonna play on a team that's very attacking minded. They have a system already there. He's very versatile and plus he's gonna bring more depth to Arsenal. I just think that him and Odegaard and Declan Rice and that midfield is gonna be actually pretty tight, man. I'm excited to see what Arteta does with this guy. If he can get his Bayer Leverkusen form back, man, Arsenal can actually compete for the Premier League. Maybe.
For Vilton, the question I'm asking is, how do we explain 19 goals in 91 appearances and 235 goals, 235 appearances, 35 goals? How do I explain that?
Wait for Havertz?
Yeah, for our competition. Because Arsenal fans are having a go at us being a Chelsea. And I'm telling them, Havertz is an inconsistent player. This guy scored 19 goals in 91 Premier League appearances.
I don't rate Havertz based on goal. Again, like his time at Chelsea was bad, but again, almost every single player had a bad time at Chelsea, man. Like it is what it is, but I don't rate him on goals. I'm just goals, honestly, because I don't think he's was ever that type of player. I think he was more like a central attacking midfielder to me at Bayer Leverkusen as an attacking midfielder more that gets into good goal scoring opportunity. But the thing at Chelsea, I think he had was you guys were over really relying on this guy to score goals. He gets into good position, but like he wasn't as clinical as you think he's gonna be. He score a goal once in a while, like when he's there, but to me, I think his best position is behind a striker. I don't think he was meant to play as a center forward the way you guys were playing him. But we'll see. He could flop at Arsenal. I could be wrong, but the player I saw at Bayer Leverkusen, the player that Real Madrid was recruiting, there's definitely a player there because this guy
Mhm.
was supposed to go to Real Madrid, but obviously the pandemic happened and Real Madrid didn't want to spend any money, and Chelsea went for him because he's at the end of the day, Havertz is only 23, man.
He's
Like
24.
24. Oh, sorry. He's 24. So he still has a decade left in football inside of him if no injuries happen to him. So he's still young. Like, obviously, when you're 24, 25, that's when you're starting to get in your prime and hit your peak. But he's still very young for football age because I think Arteta is gonna get the best out of him because I mean, look what Arteta did with Arsenal last season. He raised Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, and Chenko, these players, they all went to a different level. So, because the thing about it, when Havertz went to Chelsea, Chelsea was already a mess, right? Chelsea wasn't like, I think Chelsea, but the likes of what, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Thiago Silva came along. Remember that big transfer because you got out of the transfer ban, right? Then all those players
Mhm.
came. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah,
was yeah. So I would say Chelsea wasn't like in it's like Manchester City. If Kai Havertz would have signed with Manchester City, I guarantee you none of you guys would have said, oh, he's gonna be a flop there because they just already good team, right? They already have a good system there. If Pep get his player, you know what Pep's gonna do with him. With Arsenal, I think the reason why we have doubt because everybody's saying what they did last season was a miracle. Like they don't think they can do it again, but I think they could compete again for the Prem. I don't know if they're gonna win it, but I think City are just better. I
No,
think
but
they're definitely gonna compete.
Wilton, can I say something quickly?
Yeah, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Keenan.
Oh, by the way, Abdullah, sorry, I had some network issues, right?
Mhm.
As for Arsenal right now, the position that they're in, do they have time do they have time to develop a player or find his form? They have they're supposed to be winning right now. They're supposed to be challenging. You don't spend 65 million on on a player that you want to develop and find his form again. That doesn't make sense. For Saka and Odegaard, that's a different case. They had seasons to build up to that. But now it's time to win. It's not time to develop. That's
Yeah,
how I see it
which
personally.
is why they bought Havertz because I'm guessing Arteta sees something in this guy. It's the same way how why did Pep get Kovacic because he sees something in Kovacic that Chelsea does then see in him. So I think Havertz a good signing for Arsenal. I know Arsenal fan have their doubt. Some Arsenal fan they're gonna back Arteta no matter what. But we'll see how it's gonna shape up. This guy could be a good signing or he could be another flop. So me personally, if I'm going what I've seen with Arteta, I think he's gonna be a good signing for Arsenal. Going into that system, they already have a system in base. So I just think he's gonna be a good signing because Trossard came and even Jorginho during that little bit of time he was okay for Arsenal. He wasn't like bad or garbage. So we'll see how it turns out. I think it's gonna be. I don't think Havertz gonna be there to be their main goal scorer or anything. I just think that he's just gonna help accommodate this team to maybe push them where they can actually win the Premier League. Because at the end of the day, though, personally, I still think City is gonna win the league because I just think that Pep is just a fantastic coach. I mean, to me, he's the greatest coach of all time. He's just too good, and when it comes to league format, he's just too good. So it is what it is. Look at the great Liverpool team; they only won one Premier League in that time frame. So there's no shame if Arsenal somehow don't win the league or they lose the league by 1 point again next season. We'll see how it's gonna shape up, but I just think the Kai Havertz signing is a good signing for them because I mean he's young. Even if he flops, let's say he flops, I mean you still could relatively sell him. You're not gonna make as much money off him, obviously, but you still could sell him because he's still a young player. He's still gonna have market value. But for Chelsea, it's also good business. You let him go for 65 million. You won a Champions League out of him. He scored a game-winning Champions League. Yeah, he was bad, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't for penalty shootout, Chelsea probably would have won more trophy. Like the FA Cup final, the Carabao Cup finals, you could have won those trophies, but it just come down to margin. And at the end of the day, yeah, you spend what 70, 80 million on Havertz, you got your money back. You won a Champions League out of him, and you're selling him to Arsenal for what 65 million euros, something like that. So I think it's a good parties, it's a good move by both parties. So we'll see what Havertz does at Arsenal next season.
Fair enough. Mr. Bullet, how are you doing, brother?
Hello, Abdullah. How are you, bro?
How you doing now? Today is a celebrating party, but don't worry. Like I tell people, you can bring your drink, you can bring malt, you can bring Bailey, you can bring Heineken, you can bring whatever you wanna bring. It's a celebrating party. I am gonna celebrate for the rest of my entire life because today is an happy day for my Lord in heaven. I have been waiting for this moment since I got abused by fanboy in 2020. Oh my Lord, I have been praying for that day to happen, and today it happened. Lord have mercy. When we get there, we'll break bottles. I can't wait for Blue Eyes. I know you are watching. I'm waiting for you, brother. It's better
Even
for you to come and
Abdul as
join
well.
us.
Even Oga Abdul as well have to show up today.
Abdul is coming. Don't worry. Abdul always come late, but he will show up. Don't worry.
Okay. Hello, guys.
Okay,
Hello, Vilton. Hello, Kenny. Hello, Kiman.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Big up
Kaya,
to
Yeah,
you
man. How you
guys,
doing,
man. Big up
Colin?
to you guys. Adeo, I lost like 50 kilo because of Chelsea.
Big,
I can gain
big
it
up,
back
big up,
now.
big man. How are you?
Fucking
So, Bullet, Kaya Vat
yes.
to Arsenal Football Club, 17 million is a done deal. It's been announced.
Yes. What can I say, Abdullah, man? The irony of how life works is very, very funny. This guy, right? I know he's gone and I wish him well, but first, let me pick on him for 2 minutes, please.
Go ahead.
This guy had the audacity to make a video for Arsenal in Kepa's wedding. Can you imagine? In
Wait,
Kepa's wedding, that
who
video
let-
you see,
Who do
that
we blame?
video you
Kepa for letting
see,
the cameraman in, or
Well, with him and
Havertz for doing it?
Kovacic.
No, he's talking
no,
about
you know the
Havertz.
video, that Havertz video where he's sitting in like a garden shed. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Kepa's reception for his wedding.
Really, that video is. Oh, really?
You don't know that?
That's why
No,
it got
I didn't
leaked.
know.
That's why when it got leaked, that's why he was saying, "Oh, I didn't want Chelsea to see me like this. I feel bad and so on." But anyway, it is what it is. You know, the guy is gone, and I really cannot blame Kepa for that, Kiman, because Kepa was busy thinking about what's going to be happening for the rest of his life. But that's his wedding day, bro. I don't think he has time for worrying about
The
Mr.
rest of his
Kai
life or that
and
evening?
his Arsenal shit.
Bullet. The rest of his life or that evening?
Yeah, so Havertz just sneaked in the Arsenal into the wedding, man.
No, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like not only the shirt, but obviously the whole Arsenal media was in there. Because if you go on Arsenal channel, you can see them like they're walking down. I think they're passing through King's Cross, and then they're going around, and then they're getting to the wedding, and then Kai is sitting down there, and they're passing him a box with Arsenal shirt on it, and then he picks up the shirt and he wears it. You know, so. Yeah, all I can say about Kai is, Abdullah, the guy didn't work out for us. And to be honest with you, it was a steal what Mr. Egbali is doing. This guy is doing daylight robberies, left, right, and center. But this is why this guy actually is in charge of Clear Lake, which their stakes are worth 60 billion.
65.
You need 65 billion, sorry. This shows you his ruthlessness when it comes to business. I believe personally, Abdullah, the reason why we didn't see the best of Kai is because I personally think that the speed of the Premier League is a little bit too much for him. He always seemed to be a player that has, of course he has talent, but he needs an extra 1 or 2 or 3 seconds more to have an extra touch.
And Gullit, do you know what's funny? His best game was against Dortmund, a team that gives you a couple of seconds to make a decision.
And this is why when he was in Bayern Leverkusen, he was balling. Why? Because nobody in the Farmers League, called the Bundesliga, worries about defending.
That was
It's
good, let's
it's
call
all
it.
about no. Let's be honest, Kenny, man. It's all about counter attack over there. Even
No,
Werner
that's true.
looked like he was on his prime before we signed
But
him.
I think that these type of players they can work like Man City or for me like Man City. There's a lot of these players like that you would say are no like Premier League like compared to like they're not probably not Premier League not compared what do you call it? You would think that they're not suited for the Premier League, but they actually work in Man City. For me, if the team and the system is good enough, no matter where the player is
Mhm.
from, he's gonna play well. And let's be honest, for the past 3 years, like Chelsea has not been, he's not been the best as well. He's not been the best
But,
environment.
but you know what the irony is, Kenny? If we take out last season, which was an anomaly, this guy was with us for 3 seasons, right? And the first 2 seasons with us, if we even take out the top 3 teams, let's say if we take out Man City, Liverpool, and even Man United, I think at that time, or Tottenham, give and take, because Arsenal, unfortunately, they were finishing 6th or 8th or something like that. The rest of the teams, which were the top 6, I would say from the 4th downwards, we had most of the possession. And even though we had most of the possession, which means he had enough time to turn and to be more efficient, just like you're saying. Because if you're saying basically that if he goes to a possession-based team, this guy will thrive because he will get enough time to do what he's doing, right? But when Tuchel was there, we were playing games, and remember, we used to have like 67 possession, 72% possession, and the guy was still the same. So what I think is the guy only operates in spaces. This is why I said he needs an extra touch. Not the fact that the defender is maybe, let's say, 2-3 steps away from him, but I think he likes open games. I don't think he's a player that's gonna play in tight pockets like a Gundogan or like a De Bruyne. Like players that know how to operate, players that are playing football like it's chess, right?
Mhm.
I don't think he's that kind of guy. I think this guy is the kind of guy you give him space, he will thrive. And in the Premier League, we all know if you're Man City and you have 70% possession a game, or whether you are let's say Leeds, it doesn't make a difference. You won't get that much time. You need to operate in small spaces. So for me, I think this was his issue with us, because coming from the Bundesliga, he was doing well, but we know the Bundesliga, you get space. Every team gives you space in the Bundesliga. Even Bayern Munich gives you space, because I think one of his best games before we signed him was against Bayern Munich, right? So yeah, all I can say to him is, as you said, Abdullah, how was it 19 goals from 91 games or something like that?
19 goals in
Wait,
91 Premier League appearances.
wait, Gullit. So you're telling me that the guy
Hmm.
that needs space, coincidentally, his best years was during lockdown and quarantine.
Yes,
No. That was not
yes.
his best. His best days was the
His
season
best
after
year
we won the
was
Champions League.
Yeah,
no,
but then
no.
the Champions League was
Are you
semi-lockdown.
talking?
The stadium was not filled.
No.
No, it was the
No.
full season of Tuchel was his best season, which is the year
But
after we
think
won the
about
Champions League.
but think about this, Kenny. When Tuchel was there, even though we had the most possessions, right? I'm talking about all the lesser teams, right? He still
Yeah.
played him in few different positions. And the guy,
Most of the
even
no,
though
but
he scored a few goals, but we didn't see like this so-called phenomenon that everybody was expecting. Even the German international team was expecting.
yeah. No, the
So
guy's been inconsistent. I agree with that. But
No, Kenny.
the
Let me tell you a crazy stat. Werner has more GA. I think he has like 2-3 less GA than him, and he's been playing a season more. And
no,
that
but
is
you see
Timo Werner. Isn't that
the
crazy?
thing with Werner, how do you call it? Like I said, guys like Werner, they have their use. So even if they're not the best, like they have guys like Werner, they might not be like this. They're still effective. The thing with a guy like Havertz is that when he's having a shit game, like, the guy is useless.
yeah, his body language tells it all. Kenny.
Yeah.
I have even if this guy scores, it looks like he's not bothered. I don't know why, but The guy just seems like he doesn't want to be here, or if he's taking the piss out of the league and he's thinking he's better than the league. I don't know, bro.
This is my issue because in this team we don't do flick and flick. We say the fact here on this show here. And I say to people, as much as I admire and I kind of love Kai a lot, my issue with Kai has been very, very clear. Inconsistency. Kai may turn up in August till September, and from September, Havertz will go. He will come back in March. How can I have a player like that where at the beginning of the season till September, he was the best player in Premier League and his best player in the world? Then he will now start ghosting until March. He will not come back in March. And I'm asking myself, what kind of player goes from August to September and come back in March? Excuse me, please. Are we becoming a NEPA United or what's going on here? No, I'm confused. A player of his caliber is ghosting. Havertz will play very well. He will do some flick and everything from August to September. Everybody starts shouting his name. Then from September, after the international break, he will ghost and he will come back in March. I'm asking myself, do we buy
Abdullah? I have analyzed this guy like very, very carefully, right? And one thing that I think if we would have tried, might have worked, is for him to play a number 10, but for him not to do all the work. You know those kind of players? Because he's very skillful, right? Everybody around him do the work for him. I think if Arsenal tries that, I know he's going to play in the midfield for Arsenal. That's what I heard, right? I'm not sure, but that's what I heard.
He's going to play a double 8. It's going to be a double
8. Yeah,
double 8.
Yeah. So you see, if Arteta is smart, right? Kai is the kind of player. Even Odegaard is more active than Kai. Unfortunately, even Odegaard, but Kai is the kind of player. You see how Messi is when he plays for the national team. Everybody works for him, right? And he just walks around. But when the ball comes to him, he's gonna do some magic. I think this is what Kai wants to be. I think so, bro. He has the technical ability, bro. He's not a Messi. He's not a Messi.
Games one-on-ones, Guled, that you cannot even imagine.
No. That's why I said a number 10. Yeah, but that's why I said a number 10.
But I think that's confidence.
Striker.
I don't think he's that bad in front. I don't think he's that bad in front of goal. I think that's confidence because, even if the goals he was scoring at Leverkusen and what he's doing, even if you can say the league or whatever, I then some of the stuff he was missing there. I think his confidence was just and like I said, for me that season under Tuchel when we bought Lukaku, I wanted to see him more behind the striker, but that guy wanted to go and do that stupid interview, so we barely got to see him actually playing behind the striker. So most of the time,
but Kenny, Tuchel said himself that we could not play a back 4 or a back 4-4-3 or 4-2-3-1. He said when the back 3 team.
Yeah, no, but when we were playing the 3-4-3, we were playing with 2 guys behind. We were not playing with the two behind the striker. They were not really wingers. They were more inside.
It was basically it was like 3-4-2-1 basically.
Yeah. And I wanted to see we played the first couple games we actually played well, but I think he got injured and then Lukaku went to do the interview, and then we barely got to see him, and then afterwards he started playing 9 again. Because for me, I never believed the guy is not a 9, especially in this league where when you have 2 defenders coming, the guy he can't handle it.
But Kenny, when you play a back 3 with the wing backs, your midfielders have to do a lot of work. Even if you play with a 10, they still have to be active. They can't just rely.
Yeah. But Keeman, sorry, Kenny. Keeman, think about this, right? Even last season, right? Even though we had a shit season, do you know how many assists that Kai made for Joao Felix, and for who else was there? I forgot his name.
Sterling.
Sterling. He could have had probably 10 assists.
He had some nice passes.
He had nice passes. So even though he was playing in the wrong position, he wasn't doing most of the work because he had Sterling there with him and he had Joao Felix. So he didn't have to be like a lone striker per se. And he was still playing in the flank and he was still assisting. Especially against Dortmund by itself, I think Joao Felix could have scored 3 home and away.
But Ngole, this is because I'm someone because when I watch Kai Havertz play, I've been watching him since Bayer Leverkusen. I'm like, when I see him play, and I keep telling people, Havertz reminds me of player like Mesut Ozil because Ozil is a player that is
Yes,
very, very technical with brain, with intelligence and smartness. And Ozil, you have to put him in a position where he will thrive. That is a number 10. And when you see play as a number 10, Ozil doesn't need to do anything. He knows when to see. One thing that you have to appreciate about Mesut Ozil is Ozil has the brain where when you give him the ball, Ozil can close his eyes and pass, and he will get there because that's how intelligent he is. Kai Havertz has that brain. My problem with Havertz is his consistency, where Havertz can give you 20 games, and after that 20 games, he will just go. He will go
I'm
off
going. I'm
social
going to
media.
be complete. I'm going to be completely fair to your point, Abdullah. Right.
Mhm,
The reason why he is, me personally, the reason why I think we didn't see the best of Kai is because he, as you said, he has the same attributes, not all, but most of the attributes of Ozil. But
mhm,
if you ask yourself, if you ask Ozil to press, Ozil is finished for the rest of the game.
mhm,
Yeah. But that's
Ozil
why
is
Ozil
finished.
didn't last because nowadays like
Yes,
you can't have one player that is just work like you need like look at Odegaard. Odegaard can still he can still do the passing, but the guy off the ball is still run, he still press. Like even if
yes,
you're talented, you need a minimum to like at least run around and press. Like you can't just there's them days where these number 10s just you just give them the ball and then they do whatever they want in attack and then when they lose the ball, they just walk on like what Messi does. Like
this is why I
no
said,
club football.
mhm.
There's no like you can't do that.
Yes, I know, you're right, Kenny. And this is why I said to you, if Arteta's smart and
yeah,
he lets Kai play that role, just like Mesut Ozil, right? I would say like between an 8 and a 10. I know he's going to play as a double 8, but between an 8 and a 10, and he lets the rest of the team work for him, this guy can cook. But if you ask Kai to press, he might play well for the first 15, 20 minutes. After that, he will ghost. He will
mm,
literally ghost. He have that attribute that Mesut Ozil had.
yeah,
This is an issue for him because of him playing for Chelsea. Now he's playing as a striker in Germany.
yeah.
You see? So even though now he left us and he doesn't have to press and be a striker for us anymore, he's
Mhm,
still a striker for Germany. But if he played as a free rolling number 10 in Germany, the guy will cook.
I agree. See, tonight is a celebration. Like I tell people, you can bring malt. If you like drinking water, you can bring water. You can bring Heineken. You can bring Bailey. You can bring whatever you want to bring. You have to celebrate tonight. But see, we will get to that celebrating party because me, I want to dance to so many music. I am a free man. I am a free boy. Oh my God. I think I'm over the moon today
Oh,
because
guys.
my life is very better. Oh Lord have mercy on me. I'm tired. I am so happy that I don't want to talk about. You see, fan base, the
Oh,
fanboy, all of
guys.
them need to F off and follow him to wherever he's going to. But I'm happy. Tell me, firstly, your quick take on Ayama Tanga to AC Milan before you talk about Kayava to Arsenal.
Well, that was Loftus-Cheek.
Yes, sir.
I think Loftus-Cheek, man, he didn't give any force, man. Unfortunately for that injury he got in 2019, right? I mean 2018, 2019 season.
Mhm.
Yeah, that boy would have been, a pioneer in that double eight, formation in the midfield three. Unfortunately, he got that injury. He's not been the same since that injury. He's brought back
Mhm.
his career for him to be able to get a good deal to AC Milan, who lost, Sandra Tonali. I think I'm gonna watch a lot of Milan games this season for sure. This new season. I like I like that he actually chose a good team that is playing.
And potentially, Christian Pulisic might join him also too. But they're
Yeah,
already working on the structure of the deal.
yeah. So I'm seeing a good deal for Loftus Cheek.
And,
And
and
20
Ogami,
million,
Oga,
20
and
million.
Ogami. Let's not forget his best game the whole of last season and the season before was against AC Milan, home and away.
yes,
Mhm.
where he played on that right side, right? Correct.
Yeah, in the midfield.
hmm hmm I think
Mhm.
I think in the Serie A he's going to see a lot of space, space to run. and space to use his body to dribble, right? Because he's a very good dribbler. He led Chelsea in dribbles last season. Um,
Yeah, fair enough.
two
And
seasons,
your
two
quick
seasons in a row. I think
take on Kai Havertz to Arsenal for 70 million. It's a done deal. It's been
yeah,
announced.
65 million pounds. Very,
Plus
I
add-ons.
feel yeah, if I didn't understand, I understand the strategy. I know what Chelsea is trying to do. In that front, that front forward line, because for the last two seasons, Chelsea has been very goal shy, right? So what they're doing is they're pretty much clearing out everybody there. That's why people that have cult heroes, any player that's like Mason Mount, like Kai Havertz, like Ziyech, they took out Werner last season, they taken out Lukaku. All those kind of players are all, they are showing them the way out of the club. Kai Havertz, um, yeah, he's a good player, but I think there's something about the Premier League that doesn't suit him. If Havertz was playing in Spain, people would be shouting his name because he'll be getting a goal and an assist every other game, right? Because the game is slower and they'll give you the space to actually, do your maneuver. But something about the Premier League doesn't just suit Havertz. Um, I hope Arteta brings out something in him that we did not see in Chelsea. Because now he's matured. I think he's 23 or 24 years old now. So he's getting to he's coming up and he has a lot of experience. So he has, he'll add something to Arsenal for sure. But I don't think that will make them win the title. They'll still challenge next year. But yeah, Havertz is just going to score maybe 10 goals and give 5 assists next season too. I don't see him hitting 11 goals or 15 goals. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Fair enough.
But one last thing though, we'll miss Havertz in Chelsea. It's unfortunate, after that Champions League goal, the next season, um, he had COVID, double COVID, he had injuries. He never was able to build on that Champions League run. I think there's a good player in him. I don't think he's rubbish. I think somehow we'll probably get to see who he really is this season because this is his third or fourth. This will be his fourth season in the Premier League. So let's see if this league actually is for him or if he has to move on to probably another club. But yeah, he's in Arsenal. Let's see what's going to be. Yeah,
Fair enough. Did I just see Blue Eyes? Where's Blue Eyes?
I think he stepped out.
Blue Eyes, I know you are listening. Don't you dare run away. You better go and come back.
Abdullah, today's a very sad day for Blue Eyes. You
I
have to
have
allow
I
him.
have
He needs
I
to
have
collect
so
himself.
many
So today is not a happy day for Blue Eyes. Blue
It's
Eyes.
not.
I have
Hashtag
Blue
match.
Eyes. I have a bone to pick with you, but we will get to that bone. Don't
No,
worry.
with Mason
I
Mount.
have been,
Oh
see,
my God.
Blue Eyes, I know you are listening. I have been praying for this moment in my entire life.
Abdullah, do you remember? Abdullah, do you remember Boys to
Where's Abdul?
Abdullah and Amy? Do you remember Boys to Men?
Yeah, Boys
I
to Men,
remember.
end of
I
the road.
remember.
When our guys come here, we need to play. How do I
How do I
say goodbye?
No. Although we've come
To the end
of
of
the road,
We'll get there.
Still I can't let go.
We are getting there.
Mason
We are
Mount is gone.
getting there.
It's so natural.
We are getting there.
Chai.
So Kenny, I have another nightmare, and I think it's gonna haunt me for life. Edouard Mendy has left for Saudi
Here
Arabia.
comes Abdul,
and
just speaking about you.
Hey, Mr. Abdul, what's up, big up,
Kenny,
man?
Edouard Mendy has left for Saudi Arabia, and potentially the report has come out that Alot will be our number one goalkeeper. Oh Lord have mercy. Another nightmare for me, which I have to pray for. Oh Chineke. We must get there. All of them must go. All of them must go. We are getting there. 2 Rabbit and Rat has left my club. Another one must follow. We are getting there. Finally, we're gonna get there. Surely we will get there. Hi, Alot have finished me. Hi, Chineke. Kenny, Mendy to Saudi Arabia.
No, obviously, I'm happy for him. I think now he will be able to actually, feed his, well, like take care of his wives and all that stuff because obviously I think.
Ah, ah,
Kenny, that's unjustified, Kenny. That's unjustified.
No, but
ah,
it's true though. It's true though.
It's
It's
true.
true though.
Wait,
It's
Bullet,
This
you
guy
mean to
went.
tell me you mean to
ah,
tell me he
Keyman,
can now
this guy
go and
went from
register his second wife
50,000.
in Saudi?
Keyman. This guy went
that's
from
a good. That's a
50,000 to 230,000 a week.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no,
man.
Gule. I tell you guys something funny, right? I always laughed when I thought, like, just imagine Home Office asked Mendy, "Do you have a second wife?" Say, nah, your
Well,
work
no,
permit is cancelled.
no, but let's go. Now, Mendy was a one season wonder. He had his good season, and then he's been terrible ever since. Like, I don't know if maybe like the contract situation got in his head, and then like he was expecting more money, and then I don't know whatever happened here, but yeah, since Afcon, I don't know. He went to Africa, he came back, he's never been the same. I don't know what happened over there. Like maybe he sacrificed something to win the Afcon, but yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he's been
I'll tell
terrible.
you what happened. He got a second wife, Kenny. That's what happened.
Kenny, now there's two families to feed. 50,000 won't cut it.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think he got too much on his plate right now. So yeah,
The guy has
honestly,
a whole
even
village to feed, man. He's got a whole village.
how much are we? How much are we getting for him? Like 60. Honestly, I don't know how we got like 16 million off of for him. Honestly, I don't know what Boli and the Saudis are cooking, but yeah,
Seriously, guys, I really don't know what you guys are saying. I know, okay, just on the banter level, this is just banter, okay? You are actually abusing a millionaire for having two wives.
No, not abuse.
we're not abusing him.
So hold on.
No.
Banter.
Banter, of course,
So
banter.
hold on, guys. Now let me give you a different perspective. So what about all these guys running around London with 3, 4, 5 baby mamas?
No.
How are they surviving?
No, he has a
No,
point.
Abdul is banter, and he's going to Saudi now. And in Saudi, you're allowed to have 4. So kudos to him. No problem.
But now, yeah, but obviously that means that they don't want to buy a new keeper. But the thing is that now, like the price for these keepers, I'm sorry, some of these prices these clubs are asking like is crazy for these keepers. So for me, if you don't find the guy that you feel is 100% better than Kepa, that you feel like you don't want to overpay for the guy, if you don't find him, just keep him one more season and wait until you find the right goalkeeper. Because honestly, even these goalkeepers, like I like Onana, but honestly, I can't tell you if Onana, like he's had his good season as well. But the guy was on a free just a season ago, and he wasn't as good as last year. So I don't know. Maybe the guy had one season now. You see what Inter Milan are doing? They got him on a free now. They want to sell him back for like 60 million. So honestly, I don't know. He's a good goalkeeper, yeah, but even on that, I'm not sure. For me, it's like if you can get the AC Milan goalkeeper, yes, go for him. But for me, the rest of them is like, I'm not sure. I can't vouch for you guys. So unless you get in the top goalkeeper, just stick with Kepa one more season and then wait next year. And for me, there's more important. Like if you want to, there's for me striker and midfielder is a must. Like we have to improve in those positions for me.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's it.
Vilton, quick. Edouard Mendy to Saudi Arabia. Done deal.
Happy for my guy. He's making the money. So he won. He helped his country win the first AFCON ever. He won the Champions League. The only trophy they managed to win is FA Cup and Prem. So the guy won everything, man. So shout out to him. He's gonna be making money over there, generation wealth, man. And just have fun, man, and just get ready for AFCONs and World Cups, man. Yeah.
Fair enough. Keyman, our black brother from Senegal, is a done deal. Saudi Arabia, Edouard Mendy, done deal.
Edu. Shout out Senegalese Spider-Man. That season you were the best keeper, I think, in the Prem and top 5 in the world. But as all good things, it has to come to an end. We cannot lie. Kepa and this guy have just, especially Kepa, but this guy has fallen off ever since that. Like Kenny said, ever since that AFCON, I don't know what happened to him. Was it the wife? I don't know. Was it the in-laws? I don't know. But for me, that Champions League and that Leeds game, I looked at Mendy and I said it's time for him to go. But 18 million? How much is it? 18 million, right? Or 15?
Yeah, 16 million.
16 million? Torboli, man, you're doing wonders. You're doing wonders. 200k a week in Saudi. You can go to Hajj anytime. It's halal. Get your third, get your fourth wife. Man, my bro, you're free, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Practice on your Arabic. I think Senegal, they speak Arabic, right? And French, right?
Yeah, Arabic and French.
Yeah, man. He's at home. He's at home. Arabian.
And they speak Wolof as well. Wolof.
Wall of Eye.
Fair enough. Guled, our African brother, Edouard Mendy.
Oh, brother, man, I was very disappointed with the downfall, because we have never had, I think at that time, Marc Mignon just came to AC Milan, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was after they sold Donnarumma.
Yeah.
And Onana was just finding his feet. So I think he was top. He was one of the best keepers in Europe, if not the best. I think Courtois was first, and I think probably there was a shout between him and Alisson, I'm not sure. But he had a fantastic season, and then he won, as you guys said, he won the AFCON. And then, everything went downhill from there. But at least now, he's set for the next few years. And as you guys said, it's good to see a fellow African brother doing well. And he's going to Saudi. He can do the pilgrimage there, can bring his whole family there from France. So, all I can say is thank you for your service and good luck with your life.
Emi, our African brother, Edouard Mendy, Saudi Arabia, don't deal. I got Emi. Are you there? I think Emi is muted. We'll come back to Emi. Abdul, Edu, Mendy, don't deal.
Yeah, big up everyone.
Big up, Abdul, big up.
Yeah.
You have a long life. As soon as we said your name, you just came. You have a very long life.
Thank God, mashallah.
Big up, Abdul, man. Big up yourself.
So, okay, Mendy going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Just like everyone, I'm happy for some of those guys that are getting the Saudi deal because it's an opportunity they might never get again in their lives. And most of us don't realize that some of these guys actually have a very short career. In like 2-3 years, his career might be over. So I'm happy for him getting this opportunity and what he's going to get paid because these guys are getting paid some crazy money. Like I said on Twitter, I think there's a cultural revolution in Saudi at the moment because they're trying to establish a lot of sports in Saudi Arabia. So I believe what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a lot of their young men and women into sports. They want to introduce a totally different lifestyle for them, away from the mullahs, if I can say, away from political Islam and away from poor health conditions. I was talking to a doctor friend who works in the Middle East anyway, and he was telling me I wouldn't mention the country in the Middle East. He was saying like in that country that like 7 out of 10 kids have an obese problem, and a lot of them suffer from what do you call it?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah,
and
it's a serious issue in the Middle East.
And ulcer and things like that. And he was
It's the Western takeaways, Abdul.
Yeah. And they just give, isn't it? They just give. They don't like say no to their kids. They just like give them, And
yeah,
you can find a kid who's like 10 years old, who's like 50 kg in weight. So there's a lot. What I'm trying to say, there's a lot that comes through with this football establishment that is going on now. And people are saying, "Oh, it's just going to be like the Chinese, whatever." No. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think they want it permanently. because they have the fan base anyway. They just want to be part of it a bit more than they've been. Mainly, they've been just, you know, side fans, but they want to get involved in the whole thing. They want the whole thing to be part of their lifestyle. They want the whole thing to be part of the society. So they've introduced boxing, high level boxing into their society. Like they started it about 3 years from now, and it's ongoing. The same thing, they're doing things like Formula One and things like this. But then football now is getting a major breakthrough, and football is their number one sports anyway. So, and this is what they need to do to make sure they push it to they're trying to move it up, push it to the next level. So I'm really happy. So what is main is I'll be putting a keen eye. I'll be having a keen eye on the Saudi league, which I've never done in my life. So that's the whole point of bringing in players that they know people want to see. And for people who think, oh, it's just going to be one of them stuff where people are only going to go there when they're about to retire or at the end of a career. Well, is Mendy about to retire? If we look at it critically from a football point of view, is Ziyech about to retire? No. So they're getting some quality players into the league. So and it will progress that way. I'm not saying they're going to get a 19-year-old Messi into the league, but I'm saying if you look at it critically, there's progression, and it's all about football development. I don't know what happened to this guy, but I hope he picks form. After the AFCON, his form kind of dipped for whatever reason. I don't know why it should, because you're meant to be a top professional. But I hope his form, he gets back his form, the form he used to win the Champions League. I hope he regains that form. And we'll be watching him from afar. We'll be supporting him from afar. Another thing is we're kind of blessed in Chelsea because after Roman left, every media in the entire world was telling us, Father Christmas is over, our life is over, we're not going to be the Chelsea of before again. And then what happened? Boli just came and blew the waters with 600 million in like 6 months. And then the song since January has been like, we've got a bloated squad. How are we going to survive? There's a lot of dead wood. How are we going to move? We'll have to cancel a lot of contracts. And what happened? Saudi came along. So that's another side to it. So that's because some person was telling me on Twitter, why am I so happy about all these players we are moving out? But they forgot they were poking us about how bloated our team was and how we have to suffer a big loss. So where's the loss now? The loss is plus 200 million pounds into our account. So that's partly the cause of our celebration for those who don't know and for those who are not Chelsea fans, really.
I
So,
understand.
kudos.
Okay, Emi, you ready? Emi, are you there? I think Emi is doing something. Tosin, quick. Edouard Mendy to Saudi Arabia. Don't do. Tosin. Probably gonna come back to you guys. I think you guys are kind of maybe you
Can
guys
we
are
read the
fixing.
comment?
I think you guys are fixing your mic, and I think you guys will be back. Let me quickly read the chat. Then we'll go to the next one. So, Chuk said, "Very good news. Don't worry, Chus. We are getting there. Oh, so today is a celebrating moment. We're gonna celebrate together. Don't worry." Bob said, "I started doing cartwheels, jumping up and down, jumping from Jack when I heard the news. Thank God this bitch is gone. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Child. Smash the like button, guys. Yeah, he won the Europa League, yes. What do we have left for the squad next season? We're going to discuss about that too. Tayo said a lot of injury-prone players left in the squad. Pulisic, Fafana, Silva, James, Chilwell, Sterling, and Boja. Yeah, but we'll see. It's all about fitness. How fit can they be? We got to wait and see. Big
I
up to
can't
you,
wait for
Ken.
preseason, man.
Big up to
Oh,
you,
big up
Ken.
Tayo, big up Tayo.
Tayo
Man.
said it was a good business for Kai since he didn't want to resign, but Chelsea could regret it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I'm not moved and I'm not even angry. Will I start crying? Heck no. I also said Rice is overrated and overpriced.
He
Relax.
is.
Just
No, no. You can make an argument. Of course, he is. But for Arsenal, they had no choice.
Bilton is quitting. Yeah, you see. 8x BS gonna said next is gonna cook. We see.
We'll see.
He better cook good food. Don't start cooking food that's gonna be too much salt or too much Maggi.
Abdullah,
Careful.
I cannot wait for them to start arguing about he's playing in the wrong position. I can't wait.
Chioma, I am only commenting because you guys are saying, Chioma, don't worry. We haven't started singing. When we get there, we will sing praise and worship. We'll sing the grace. We'll sing so many. Don't worry, we are getting there. If you're a Christian, you sing with me. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ. We're gonna sing it together today. Don't worry, we are getting there. We'll get there. Don't worry. Good evening, everybody. Chairman, good evening to you. Good evening. Tayo said Abdul got like 7 likes. Relax. Abdul is chairman.
Abdul, do you want to? Abdullah, can you go back to the comment? Abdul, do you want to shed some light?
Abdul, don't comment. Don't worry. Chioma said, "What are you celebrating? Is it Chelsea? Don't worry, Chioma.
Abdullah, wait.
Let me comment.
No, Abdul got so offended about the wife comments.
So practically this guy is calling
That's
me
haram, Abdullah. That's haram. You pass for
probably this guy is calling me a ladies man or a ladies magnet. It's okay. I'll take that.
No. Wait. Abdul. Usually the guys who have 4 wives are the hardest men. They're very quiet.
Said, your man not sure that
of course.
And stop applying this
because they got a lot to hide.
Tayo said, big up Abdul. Chioma also said, Tayo, I'm worried. James Chilwell, injury prone and several age. The rest are too young. We'll see. Chioma says we need a mixture of experience and young players. Yeah, I agree. But let's see. So Tayo was referring to Chioma. He said, you don't forget Fafana, Broja, and we are not sure. Sterling is 50-50 injury. Young players. Kepa is nothing to write home about. Good business on Mace, Kova, and Kai. But our best player, we'll see. BS Gunnar said, all these players are getting 1 to 2 years back in the bag. They are out. Chinese Super League is better. Lord have mercy. Relax. Chioma also responded to Tayo. I forgot about Sterling. Do you think Chelsea is going to compete for top 4? Well, we're going to have that discussion, but we'll see. Like I said, I have my own allergy in terms of where we're going to finish, and I demand that from the board and the ownership and the manager. We'll see. Haisi said, there's a party in my city. Yes, don't worry, there is a party. We are celebrating, play some music to wake them up. Don't worry. It's not time for music. When it's time for music, we'll play music. Don't worry. They will dance. Tonight, everybody must dance tonight. Like I already said, if you are drinking Bailey, bring it. Heineken, bring it. Malt, bring it. Water, anything you want to bring it. It's a celebrating moment tonight. We'll celebrate.
Abdullah, sorry, I was out. Sorry.
Welcome back. Hey, where's your drink?
It's up here. I'm drinking stuff.
Good. We're getting there.
See, Abdullah, can we make the show more diverse? Like, I think a lot of people are always saying we're more Chelsea.
Yeah, we're already diverse.
Yeah, let's talk about all the clubs and all the transfers.
Yeah, all the transfer. Okay. So, Tosin, are you there? I think Tosin.
I know this is called the Blue Studio, but let's.
Yeah. Tosin is there, but I think he's muted. I don't even know what's going on, but he's muted. So, Emi, quick take on Edu.
Yeah, let him go and see. This guy was unemployed 6 years ago. He didn't even believe he will have another shot at the career. He goes on to become the only goalkeeper that considered the least goal in a Champions League season. I think considered only 3 goals. And man, he's going on to go get, I think he's going to be paid 250, 300K a week. Man, I'm gonna go. Let him go and get the cash, man. Man, I don't think he needs that money. Like his family needs it too, right? And there's nothing else. What do you want him to stay in Chelsea to do, man? I'm happy for him. Very, very happy for him. It's a good move for him. I'll probably be watching the Saudi Arabia. I'll look for where I can watch the Saudi Arabian League next season because I won't lie to you. A lot of people are getting interested in what's going to happen here next year.
Fair enough. So let's talk about him. Guled, I'm gonna come to you. I rate this guy very highly, and I'm keeping my eye on him very, very steadily. For me, it's more is a DM, but people say it's a box to box. But last season when I watched him, his touch looked very clumsy, which I believe is gonna improve. He's just a young player, and I believe with more consistency and a consistent manager, I think it will improve. And the system he played under is one of the possessive system where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of liking what I see, and he's a very physical player. I mean, I like South American player very well because they have technical ability. And I kind of like him very well. In my kind of player, I'm keeping my very good eye on because I'm watching him very closely. Moises Caicedo.
Man, he's to be honest with you, yes, it's a bit interesting which position he might be able to thrive on. Because this guy can play as a number eight, this guy can play as a box to box, so he can complement any position. But we want him as a box to box because of his defensive aptitude. And as per the reports, and the report that actually came out today, this evening, after Mason Mount was announced, they said that we started moving quickly
Yeah,
on Caicedo already.
yeah.
So for me personally, I don't want to make a prediction, but this is my first time making it, so I'll try. I think by the 2nd of July, this deal should be done because this guy is the guy that's going to help Enzo elevate his game. Enzo is going to be the number eight that we've been wishing for and hoping for if this guy comes. This guy will be the Florentino Perez of our DM because that's where the Benfica player that played next to Enzo was. That guy used to do all the dirty work,
Valentino
and this
Ruiz.
guy,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, not Perez, yeah, Florentino Luis, yeah, that guy loves doing the dirty work. That guy is very inept, very sharp, and Moises Caicedo, he has a very interesting knack when it comes to reading issues or reading a counter attack. Case in point, the game against Arsenal. Arsenal did not know what to do with this guy. This is why they got bulalad 3-0, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm very excited about the news. I think this is going to be one of our main signings of the summer. He's very young. His life's going to change, as we all know. He's got 10 family members to feed.
Relax.
So
Stop this, but
no,
relax.
it's the truth. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. So that's one of the main reasons why footballers become footballers. They want to feed their family. So yes, I think this guy, and the guy said it clearly that he wants us, and that's what makes me even more excited about this. Because I think Man United tried to flirt with him, even though he said he supported them from a young age. But the guy obviously wants to play for Chelsea, and because he wants to play for us, this is the kind of signings we want. We don't want to go into a bidding war, and then we pay the most money, and then the player comes. No. We want the players like him and Enzo. Chelsea wants you. Are you ready to come? Yes, no question. I'm ready to go now. That's the kind of players we need now. We need players to be playing for the badge. Let's forget about this proper Chelsea, because as we can see, there's nothing called proper Chelsea. Since Meche, the English Pinocchio is gone. So,
Oh my! Thank you very. Oh my God! I'm having goosebumps. Continue.
Kulid. Did you just say Meche?
Meche, aka the English
Meche.
Pinocchio.
He's the Meche.
Yeah, Meche. But I personally call him the English Pinocchio because Pinocchio used to lie. I'm proper Charles, blah, blah, blah. And we can see what happened. So to me, he's the English Pinocchio. Sorry. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
thank God. Thank God. So yeah, I'm very happy, Abdullah. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Kenny, Moises Caicedo to Chelsea. Give me your take, brother. Kenny, are you there? Vuitton, Caicedo to Chelsea. Okay, man.
Wilton said he will be back. Wilton
Yeah,
said he will be back.
Milton is out. He said he'll be back.
Okay, K-Man, Caicedo to Chelsea. Give me
Yeah, man. We I believe since this entire transfer window and towards the end of the summer, towards the end of the season, we've been linked to this guy. One of our board members, I think, is it Joe Shields? He kept liking his posts, kept looking at his whatnot, posting him and whatnot. We're heavily linked to this guy. It will be a disgrace if we don't get him. I personally, I don't believe that it's going to be the end of the world, but it is the principle. I think it's going to be 70 mil plus 10 or whatever, but I've said this before. I don't have an issue with Moises Caicedo as a player. I have an issue with Brighton, the institution, the scammers. That's why I don't believe in them.
Fair enough. Because the way I look at Caicedo, for me, like people say he's a box to box, but I see him more as a traditional DM where he can even transition to more of a box to box number 8. But we have a player like Enzo who is a number, so I wouldn't want to play Enzo as a number 6. I'll push Enzo more forward. And the reason I say that is Caicedo is more physical when it comes to his attribute as a defensive midfielder, and he can also pass the ball very well. So I'm intrigued to see how far he can go in terms of his trajectory as a player. Because for me,
Abdullah, it's not even that. It is how do we want to use him? A box to box, an 8. What do we want to do with him, right?
I think the way Chelsea is going to play next season, they're going to use if they get Caicedo and Enzo, I think they're going to play double pivot. Yeah, there's no DM. There will be no DM. It will be one person sits, one person moves forward. Like there will be nobody just standing there and saying, "Oh, I'm the DM of this team." No. Enzo and Caicedo will play as a pair in the midfield, right? Another thing is Nkunku also will play in front of them. I think Nkunku, he knows how to press, and of course he's a danger, in the box, right? So I think the mixture of Caicedo, Nkunku, and Enzo is actually very, very, very dynamic, combo, and they will pass the ball. One thing that this clear out is doing, right? He's taking out all the bad habits of the old team where they don't actually pass the ball forward in time, right? That will not be happening next season, right? These new guys that have just joined the club, would play for each other. They will play together.
Exactly. They want to impress. They want to do for the team.
Because they've not won anything yet, right? Exactly. So they want to actually build and win for this club. So that's actually something that you'll start seeing next season. And a lot of people are crying that, we're losing a lot of players that want things for us. But it was very clear that clear out was needed this summer, and that clear out has happened.
No, Emmy. It's not even that. It is Chelsea fans in general are the most confused human beings online. They cry about clear out.
I won't say Nigerian fans because Chelsea fans and Nigerian fans are almost the same, right? I just feel Chelsea fans, they don't even know what they want, and these same fans that we watched this same Chelsea team what they did last season, and people are still saying, "Oh, you're selling Missima, oh, you're selling Havertz, you're selling man." All those guys have come to the end of the road. This is a football club, that has to be, that has to move forward.
We need to go back to looking at players depending on performance, not who they are.
Yeah,
we need to look at what do you do for the team.
This Caicedo kid, he's just gonna cook. Him and Enzo, my God.
They're going to do well.
I'm hearing Chelsea is still going to go for one more midfielder.
Yeah. And they're looking at the South Africa guy, the South Africa Gabriel Viega.
I think it might be Lavia or the South Africa guy. I don't know, but I don't know who he's going to be. But I know after this guy will get another midfielder. I tell you, man, we'll be very strong.
Now, Emmy, if we sign Caicedo, it is a massive statement. Statement.
Yes, it is a big statement. But let me not lie, I still want to see that Santos kid play at Chelsea.
He will be given chances. He will be given.
Yeah, I want to see him because I won't lie to you. Instead of going to go buy the Celta Vigo guy, I don't mind keeping Santos or Caicedo in the team. One of them. I can get someone else, but because you know why? The Celta Vigo guy is just the same age as Santos, Andre Santos. So if you're buying the Celta Vigo guy, what are you going to do with Andre Santos if they both develop as they're supposed to be in the future,
No,
right? And
Emmy,
remember,
I have a feeling. I have
and
a
also,
feeling that.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
okay, okay. I wanted to just add, and also just don't forget, Enzo and Caicedo are not much older than Santos and the South Africa guy. It's just a year or
yeah,
two
yeah.
difference. So you have to plan the squad very well. I think if I was Chelsea, right, I'll get, of course I'm getting Caicedo, and one of Santos or Caicedo would actually stay in the team, and then I'll keep the other person. I'll take the person out on loan to a Premier League club that plays the kind of football that we want to play, and then
Mhm.
I want to just grow those guys because those two players are special players. You see,
Yeah.
you see Caicedo and Santos. Those two kids will rule the world of football one day. I just mark my words.
No,
Fair
like
enough.
Emmy, and about that midfielder thing, right? And this is what I personally believe. I think that since we already have Santos and also Cassidy, I don't. A lot of people keep forgetting we also have him. I think the owners will say, all right, we have these assets, we have these players. Coach, what do you think? Do you think you can play with them? Do you think they can do something for you? Or if they
Mhm.
don't do what you want them to do we just go and like fire the bullets for Viego, whatever his name is? That's what
Yeah,
I personally
because
feel because we
yeah,
still have to buy a striker. We
yeah,
still have to buy a
because
striker.
let me not lie. Instead of buying Viega, I'd rather take that money and go and buy and add some money to buy Mike Magnan, right, the goalkeeper, because that will save us goals, right? That will help us not to concede goal. At least he'll win us at least 10 to 12 points. That's Mike Magnan himself, right? That the Viega guy would not win us 12 points by himself. That's the way I'm going to look at this, going
Mm-hmm.
forward, right? Instead of spending 40 million euros or 34 million euros or 34 million pounds, as the case is, to get Viega, I'll put 12 more pounds on top of that and tempt AC Milan with 47 million pounds. That's 55 million euros for Mike Manan.
We already did it. They rejected it.
Well, I'll come back again because that guy can win us 12
The
points. And 12
player
points.
don't want to come, boys.
What?
The player don't want to leave.
Oh, he
The
don't
player
want to
doesn't,
leave? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
okay.
yeah,
club tried, but he don't want to leave.
he
Yeah,
doesn't want to
then
leave.
then we'll just move on to someone else. But to me, you see that
Mm-hmm.
Santos kid and Caicedo, there's a very top two very. But this guy called Caicedo, oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, I can't. The league is not ready for what him and Enzo are going to do in the league. They're not ready. Nobody's ready. Those two guys,
Mm-hmm.
Emmy,
they're going to be
Emmy,
beasts in the league.
Caicedo, and Enzo, dogs. You know the definition of dog. Huh? They know, woof, woof, dog,
God, yeah.
dog. Exactly.
Fair enough.
They will, and they're both two good passers of the ball. So now the balls will be getting forward faster because the two of them can run with the ball, they can pass the ball forward, they can defend, and the two of them speak Spanish, right? So they know they can complement each other very well, Caicedo and
Yeah.
Enzo. And it's just a matter of time. They'll attract one more of their kind to Stamford Bridge. I was going to ask if we could also talk, attract this guy called Palina, the Fulham guy. I like
We,
that
we,
kid. He's also
me
very good.
too. He's 28, but we see. Abdul, Moises Caicedo. I know you kind of have a talk about him. I don't know. Give me your take. That's kind of potential midfielder we're looking at. Maybe in the next this week or potentially next week, we might say, yeah, we go for Chelsea and Brighton. Moises Caicedo.
Yeah, so about this Caicedo kid,
Mm-hmm.
I've only heard good things about him, but in all honesty, I've not had the time to study him, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I've got to watch a few games that he played last season and see, really try and assess him, what people are really talking or saying about him. But
Mm-hmm.
it seems to me like the guy is a motivated kid, and the guy is a kid like Michael Essien, a kid that just wants to play football all day. I think he has the right mentality. And then the problem is, or the good thing is, he's at a coachable age. He's at
Yeah,
an
it's
age that
21.
he can see, he still can be, influenced. That's the good thing. So it's not like when you see a player in the Premier League and he's maybe
Mm-hmm.
like 27 or 28 or 29 and he looks average to you. It's not really that he's an average player, but he's missed the opportunity possibly when he got into the Premier League, he didn't fall into the right places with the right coach and the right club where he could have been properly coached, in at the coachable age. So that's the good thing about this guy. And in as much as you think Pochettino is not an elite coach, he still can coach a player who is 21, 22 up to a very high level. So it's a good combination. The thing is, I'm not too sure about anything that is above maybe 65 or 60 million pounds on him. I don't think he should cost us more than 70. If he's starting to cost us more than 70, then those guys are trying to rob us.
It's Brighton, so Brighton wants a lot of money for him. It's Brighton, so
Yeah. But when people are abusing us, when we say we need a lot of money, so I just don't know anything about 70. I think anything above 70, I think with a 70 we can get two quality young midfielders in Europe. Because apart from Enzo, we don't really have a midfielder that is even close to Chelsea level. So in my opinion, we still need like 5 midfielders. And if they're young, that's the more reason why we should get like 4 or 5 midfielders. In my own opinion, 5 young midfielders. Because it's not easy to play at this level, especially if they are going to be training very well. If you want to be drilling them very well, then their training is even more important than the matches at that age. So you cannot really depend on them in as much as they can deliver. So I don't know how they want to do it. I mean, all this money from Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, we're just going to give everything to Brighton.
No, we're
Jesus
looking
Christ,
to
that's a
relax.
lot. No, it's not a matter of relax. It's the reality.
Because I think Brighton want 80 million for him, so I don't think
No. But the thing is, it depends on Bowley and Vivell and Pochettino. If they think this is their guy, you know what I mean? If they think this is their guy, I'm sure they're gonna go all out to get him.
Yeah.
And you know what Brighton is? They're gonna squeeze out as much as they can from the deal. That's the problem. I don't want to see him going to 100 million. Maybe like 60 something, maximum 70, 75. Okay, that's fine. I just don't think he's at that level. But then I think, in my own opinion, we only have Enzo. So we need more players. And the guys you guys have mentioned, via something, I can't remember his name.
Gabriel Viega.
Yeah, for Celta I think he's
Celta
21.
Vigo, yeah.
I don't think he's 19. I think
He's
he's
20.
21.
He's 20.
Yeah, I think he's 20 or 21. Yeah. So he's more or less like in the same age group like these guys. I've watched him play twice in 2 games, 90 minutes. And in one of the games, they played 4-4-2, and it was part of the midfield 2. And in another game, they played 4-4-2, and it was one of the guys playing up front with the striker. It was practically like a double striker, And I can't really speak much about his defending, but one good thing about him is he's very rapid. So like when you try to move the ball quickly from the defense to the attack, playing 1-2 touches with other players, interchanging play, he's very good at that. He's very good. Like the way Morocco used to play football. When they get the ball at defense, they try to break to attack, and they're playing one touch, football, and the players are, moving quickly. He's very. I think he's very good at that. And he's very good in the box. So he looks more like an arriver, like a Frank Lampard kind of player, a guy that will arrive at the box to score a goal. Because in the first game I watched, where he was in midfielder, he actually scored 2 goals, and that was from midfield. So he looks like one of those kind of. So I can hear people saying maybe we shouldn't get him. I think if we get him as part of our midfield, I would think he's worth it. Maybe we can coach him to a Chelsea level. I don't know. Maybe he can transition playing from Spanish league to the Premier League. I don't know. But I think he'll be a good addition because number one, he'll be cheap. And then number two, I think he can add something to this team. And I think it's going to cost us like 15 million euros
He
or
has
so.
he has the same release clause as Nicola Jackson.
So that's 30, like 30 something.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. So it's not going to be too expensive for us, because I don't want us to, put down everything we made from Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, just give everything to Brighton. They haven't worked for it.
But
So
Abdul, Man City is looking at him as well.
who Caicedo?
No. Gabriel Vieira. Man City are looking at him too.
Yeah. He seems like one of those Pep guys, and he's very good, like I said, in like 1-2 touches. Just like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 touch, 1-2 touch. Like I don't know how to describe. I don't know how they call it again, but he's very good, like with 1-2 touch. So I didn't see him dribble too much. I didn't see him carry the ball too much by himself. But he's one of those players, when there's opportunity from defense, he quickly wants to move to the opposition attack. So he'll be very good in counter attack. I think he'll be perfect. He's better than Mount when you talk about counter attacking football. And he's he's tall, so he'll be that kind of Kai Havertz height, and I think he'll be a good replacement for Kai Havertz if you're not playing him as a striker, because he's very good in transition. So I think it's a good option, but we need players.
Yeah, sure.
So
We do.
it's that's one interesting thing about this window for us. We're practically like tearing up we've practically disbanded the whole team, and we're putting together a new exciting team. And actually, what Emmy said is correct. That that culture and the habit and the behavior of that team, of the team from last season or from the last 3-4 season, it needs changing. Remember when Thomas Tuchel said, I think in his second season, where he said like something like he's finding it difficult to motivate this group of players, that some of them are not doing so I think we need to change the culture, we need to change the behavior of the group, and we're fortunate where we can sort of like just like move them out rather than do it in like 3-4 windows. We can just do it in one window. So that's the
Yep.
good thing. That's the good thing about it. So
I
we wait
agree.
and see. But did you think this guy is worth like 90 million? Because that's
The
what I
problem
feel.
is,
That's what I feel Brighton will want.
we see what Brighton, based on the report from David Austin, Romano, and so many people that are very linked to tier one to Brighton are seeing 70 plus 10 million add-ons, 80 million will get it done. So we have to wait and see. The next few days, everything will be clear. Mount is done now. So all out for Messi, Caicedo, done, one midfielder and a striker. And I think that is it for the summer. But we'll see. We'll see.
What,
Let me
what,
read the chat before.
what do you mean a midfielder, a striker, and whatever? That's it for the summer. We've just shipped out like 11 players, and there's more
I
to
don't
go.
want Alot as my goalkeeper, but potentially the manager want Alot. So right now, I have a nightmare. So
What I'm trying to say is, this summer we might need to bring in like 10 players.
10 players, this team,
Yeah,
no,
there's
for
no
me,
team.
no.
There's no team. They are all gone. What are you saying?
Yeah, but this
They are all
squad doesn't need 10
gone.
players for me. We don't need 10 players for me. We
How
don't.
do you know they don't need 10 players?
We don't.
Are you going to change
We
Kukurea
have
to
enough. For me, we
right
have
back?
enough in the wing. We just have to buy like a prolific goal
Abdullah, they
scorer.
are gone. They're gone. I don't know what you're talking about. They're gone. And they
We
are
have so
young
many players.
players.
There's Madueke, there's Sterling,
You want
there's
to rely
Nkunku
on
is already
Madueke?
here. Mhm.
Come on, man. You're gonna finish 15 next year. You want to rely on
Relax.
Madueke? Have you seen him for the under 21?
I know, but we'll see though. So let me read
We
the
still need
chat
more
before
players because there's
I
still
go
more going
to
to
the
go.
co-host. Tayo, Choma is going to Tayo. Hopefully, I don't want conference league. Relax. Tayo said many good players are available. Bowley and Port need to make some smart move. Yep. Choma said Chelsea is becoming South American team. Trophy equals yellow equals smiling. Tayo, don't do this to me. Caicedo or Mikel, who are you taking? I'm gonna take Mikel. Stop, Tayo, stop there, please. I am begging you in the name of God, please. John Obi Mikel, Lord have mercy. Please don't do this. She forgot. I beg, please. They are level to the game. Obi Mikel, I beg, Biko. So Tayo said, Caicedo is giving me Makelele vibes. Tayo also said, Caicedo doesn't score goals. But I think he scored, but he scored goals, but maybe not much, but I think he does. Big fat at me about getting the ball forward quicker. Yep. Lavia, Viega, and Casey are option. Interesting. Hello, SSB, hello to you. Tayo said, sound good about the young player, but honestly, we need good experience. So I think a loan move for young players are preferable. Yeah, I agree. This is interesting, SSB. So SSB also said, when the last line a South American midfielder won, when was the last time a South American won the EPL? Has there been anyone? Maybe in the old age, in the old era, not the new one right now. I'm not sure.
What do you mean? Is what's
Yeah,
the name?
Ramirez have won it. Ramirez Oscar, yes.
Ramirez, Oscar, and
Ramirez
even
Oscar.
that guy in Arsenal.
But which one?
What's that guy? The midfielder that plays next to Vieira.
Gilberto Silva.
Gilberto Silva. Gilberto Silva, yes.
Gilberto Silva and Edu. Then they win the league.
No way Enzo is going for 60 million. Sorry. Caicedo. Yeah. So Kai also said Caicedo is worth more than Rice. Oh, stop. Relax. Don't do this. We need like 4 players. Yeah. Abdul, 10 players. But we need 4 or 5 key players. Madueke is cooking. Relax. We're gonna get there. So before I talk, co-host, your quick take on Moises Caicedo.
Yeah, I want him, but Brighton won 100 mil. They think 80 mil will get the deal done, but for me, it's too much. It's not worth it.
I agree, but
if
coach,
it's worth it,
know
why Man United or City coming in for him?
exactly. But the problem, the way Brighton does stuff. Brighton are very, very when it comes to businesses, Brighton they want to make their money.
Yeah, that man who does negotiating, he's hard to deal with, man.
It's
Totally.
very, very difficult to deal with. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I want him. But I don't want to pay like 100 mil. I think it'd be too much, man.
Me too. But I think based on the report that I say 80 million will get it done.
Yeah, 80 will get it done, but still a lot of money.
Tosin, are you there now? Tosin, are you there? I think Tosin is. We don't know what's going on. Tosin has been muted for like how many hours now? We don't even know. Tosin, please, if you are available and ready, please be pause. Let us know. So, Mr. Blue Eyes, we have been waiting for you. We have been trying to call you on cell phone, message you on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have been trying to DM you, whatever cell phone we can use, either iPhone or Android. We have been trying to call you. It's an happy moment for me as a fan because I can have.
Abdullah, did you try the fax machine?
Yes, I did, and I did a typewriter. I think it worked.
Okay.
No.
I am trying to do all. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my best. We are getting there closely. Like I said, we need our drink. My drink is ready. I have my drink ready. It's a celebrating moment for me. I am done. I'm an happy guy. Those 2 rat and rabbit are out of my club. Today is a good day for me. But we'll get there. We are getting closer, but we'll get there. Blue Eyes, Moises Caicedo.
I'm going to start with I know when once again Loftus-Cheek. I'm going to go back. Yeah, I want to go to Loftus-Cheek, Kai Havertz, and this guy really quick in the span. I'll give you an elevator pitch. Listen, for this guy, what's his name? Loftus-Cheek. I think it's a fantastic move for him. It's up to him now to go there and boss the midfield like he typically is supposed to do. I think he's going to have a lot more real estate to operate. I'm not sure what formation AC Milan would deploy that will suit him, but he's a guy that is, very, very, very entrepreneurial in that midfield circumference between the midfield and the nose of the 18-yard box. So hopefully, I've seen midfielders that are not as good as him flourish in for that team and even for that league. So I think this will be good for him. However, consistency, right? He's going to be able to keep that consistent throughout. Secondly, Kai Havertz, hey man, like what's that saying? I don't know any of you that follow the history of animals. The polar bear, you see the polar bear. For those of you who don't know about the polar bear, one very unique thing about the polar bear is they could be grazing through a very, very cold forest. And if one of them falls off and dies, you know what they do? They walk up to
Guys,
the
there's no forest in Antarctica,
exactly.
guys.
They walk up. They walk up to the fallen bear. They sniff it and keep moving. They don't bury it. They look at it, sniff it, swallow their pride, swallow the pain, and keep moving. And that's the approach to Kai Havertz. We keep moving. We can't rely on a guy that is gone. But business-wise, I give Todd Bowley the credit. I've said this before. We were still able to get close north of 60 million in this deal, especially considering depreciation value.
Yeah.
Now, ask me if Kai Havertz is going to flourish at Arsenal. It's like asking a man. It's like asking a man if the wife he divorced is going to flourish with another man. It's almost the same thing. No, nobody cares about that. That's history. But yes, he's going to flourish. What are you talking about? He's going to play number 8. I'm hearing he's going to play number 8, and I'm like, chat. I have suffered. He's going to play with Odegragra.
For me, I don't care, but we'll see.
I know, me too. I don't care, but just the thought of that is something else. And then for Caicedo, to be honest with you, let me be very honest. I think we should look carefully and closely before we make an acquisition for that position in Chelsea. Before we jump in and spend, I don't even care about how much we spend, but before we make this investment, I think we have to look closely for options around, because this is a very key position, ladies and gentlemen. And just because you're cooking at Brighton in that position doesn't mean you cook elsewhere, because we saw what happened to Bissouma when he went to Tottenham.
Yes.
We saw what happened, and I wanted Bissouma at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, if he comes in, fine. He's probably going to bring steel. That steel that is necessary. But I think, like I've said before, we've grown past that the need for just steel. We need steel, and we need the mix of steel and finesse.
Yeah. And we need physicality in that midfield.
No, but that's part of steel. Physicality is part of steel, but the finesse, soft feet, first touch, quick release. You understand those things? And I mean, it can be coached out of him. I saw what Pochettino did with Wanyama. He had to bring Dembele close to Wanyama for Wanyama to flourish. So that might be a case here where, bringing Caicedo, pairing Caicedo with Opanka. I don't know how that works. But hey, man, if he comes in, he comes in. Yeah, that's my take.
Now it's time to talk. Tosin, are you there now?
Is it time to talk, or is it time to celebrate with music?
Both of them, all of them. I think Tosin is still muted.
Celebrate what?
Don't bless me. We'll get there. I need to do a introduction.
Haters.
So for me, it's time to celebrate. I need to get a drink. My drink is here.
Did somebody, Abdullah, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
And I know I'm ahead of schedule. How much do you think Mason Mount collected at Man U? Because you and I had this discussion 2 months ago.
Yes, yeah.
How much
did you collect? Pay 250.
Stop lying to yourself. 300,000.
300, bro.
300,000. What do you? No, 300. No,
300k, bro.
No, bro.
300k. Wow.
No, 300k.
Abdullah Sancho's on 350. Mount has looked at that and said, "I want 300." There's no question about
300k. What
that.
are you talking about, Abdullah? 300k.
Abdullah, these guys paid Rashford 375. They have no room for negotiations. It's pay the money. That's simple.
300k, man. The guy is collecting 300k. You guys were struggling to give him 150
because he doesn't deserve it.
Wait, blue eyes. He did not deserve it. I'm sorry.
Let me now talk. Let me hold on. Like I said, it's time to talk and it's time to celebrate.
I don't think. Are we really a big club anymore?
We'll get there. Finally,
you look at SSB, 300k.
Okay, finally, he's gone to Manchester United, and like I said, proper Chelsea fans will come on the TL and start crying. Mason Mount has gone to Man United. I don't give an F.
Stop.
I don't care.
You should have an intelligent discussion. It's not about us.
Johnny Mineras.
Not about us.
Johnny Mineras, Rory Jennings, Alec Goldberg. I don't give an F about
Hollywood. All these idiots, man. All these idiots. Nimi.
Hey man, hold on. Let me finish. you guys can follow your fanboy, the boy who has a dream. You can follow him to Manchester. I don't care. So for me, I'm happy. Being as a Chelsea fans, I don't want to have those two rats in my club anymore. It's over. My nightmare is over. I have one more nightmare. That harlot must be shipped out of my club with either eBay or FedEx, but we'll get there. Mason Mount, the boy who has a dream. That is what I've been told. But what I know, the fake boy who has a fake dream and a fake passport has been shipped out of my club. And I'm happy he's been out. It's a celebrating moment for me. I need to celebrate. I need to enjoy. For people who drink, if you bring Bailey, you can celebrate. Heineken, you can celebrate. Malt, celebrate. Water, celebrate. The boy has left my club. And so for the moment, we need to have a song and a celebrating moment for Mr. Ojinaka Owanchuku Mason has finally left my club, and it's an happy moment for me. I'm happy. It's time to have that celebrating moment because the boy has left my club, and I don't care whatever he does in United. I do not care. I don't care. Ian and Kai Havertz can F off with his fanboys, can go. I don't care. It's time to dance. Exactly. From the king of Afrobeat to the black baby. So with the brand new album, and I'm talking hit after hit. Thank you, Davido. Thank God.
Oh,
My United, I'm unavailable. Don't call me,
I'm
please.
on
Don't call
You're
me.
gonna
Dismiss
get
me.
you're gonna get copyright, man. Oh, Davido know they play. Davido
Abdullah,
know they play.
I'm doing that.
Davido
I'm a piano dance.
Davido collects they collect every penny.
So for me, I don't care. United fan base, you can cry as much as you want to cry. I don't care. As a Chelsea fans, we're giving you whatever 65 million. That's a cool catch. Mason Mount to United. Here we go. Done deal. Keyman, give me your take. The ball was a dream. I finally left.
It's not the boy who had a dream of the life. It's the boy who sold a lot of people a dream. That's what it is. Finally, we have been venerated. This guy has been the thorn at my side. Everyone kept telling me, oh, he's Captain Charles. Oh, he's Lampard. Abdullah, I never knew there was pressing stats in my life. I never knew there was expected runs. Mount fans showed me stats I've never seen in my life. I'm not a stats guy. I don't look at stats at all. But expected runs, this guy, listen, it has been how many years now? Listen, the Champions League run, all right, fair, you did well. That lockdown season, you did well. But now, I think we have gotten attached to a mediocre player. Can we improve on him? Hell yes, we can. If Mason Mount doesn't want to be here, I am 100% firm on saying whoever doesn't want to be here, you can leave. If you do not like the terms and conditions we have in our contracts, please. You value yourself so highly, go and make your bag. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not a cock block. I'm not going to stop you from making your money. Congratulations on that 300k. I wish you were making 400k at United. I really do. I really wish you were making that much. But now we can finally focus on building a team. This is no longer Mount FC. This is no longer Mr. Chelsea FC. We are done with that. Now it is time for, are you performing? Are you doing well? Why are we paying you? You're not doing, get out of here. Get out of this club. No more. Oh my God, he was conceived at the West Shed End. He grew up in the training ground. His pacifier was Chelsea Blue. This is nonsense. Thank God. And I saw this one thread on Twitter, right? About his PR team and whatnot. We still do not know exactly what's going on. We don't know. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's the club. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's the player. My issue is he here or he's not here? He's not here? Good. Bye-bye. Thank you. And I pray, and I really do pray you take all your fanboys with you. I really do.
Fair enough. Kenny, the fake boy who has a fake dream and a fake passport has finally left the Blues. He's joined the Red of Manchester United. 60 million deal, done deal. Mr. Kenny, give us a take on Mason Mount. Kenny, you there? Vilton, Mason Mount to Manchester United. Oh, I think Vilton is still muted. Oga Abdul, I know you want to give us a lecture. You want to lecture us. So you can see, you can lecture us right now. Give us a take on Mason to the rest side of Manchester.
Yeah, so it's finally gone. Thank God for that. That deal is closed. We know where we are. We know where he is. Unbelievable business. 60 million, I think, for a player that has just 1 year left on his contract.
Yes, sir.
But I still believe we could have milked a bit more out of Man United for a player that the Premier League like to see, for a player like the Premier League fans like to see, for a player that a lot of English young players like to see. We should have got more from him because that's the only driver in the transaction. People would like to see him. So, football wise, I don't believe we're going to miss anything. But, like I said, I kind of like what Boli is doing because then they'll bring in players who can actually fit into their vision and into what they want to do. So, good luck to him considering he was able to squeeze out 300 grand from Man United. But the only thing is, I don't know like where the FFP is anytime Man United and Man City are buying players and spending players. I'm spending money on players and on wages. The FFP seems to be, blurry. But suddenly, when it comes to Chelsea, people are always screaming about FFP to me. 300k on Mount. I don't know. But thank God we didn't give him. Chelsea has not given him that, and because if you give Mount 300k per week, then you have to match that same amount with some other players or something close with some other players. So good luck. Good luck. They haven't bought any player. I don't think it's Mount that's going to win them the league or not win them the league at United. He didn't win us the league, so we kind of know his ceiling. And I quite like the approach we're taking now because the old class or the class of Lampard or the class of players we've had for the past 3 or 4 years, we kind of know where they can take us. So there's no way we want to spin them. We've spin these players in every aspect you can think about. Or he's young players, or he's coming up, or he's going to improve, or he's going to develop, or we need English manager, we don't need English manager. We've spun the whole thing in and out. They still cannot smell Man City. So we kind of know their ceiling. We know where they can get to. We know how far they can take us, and we're willing to change direction. It's a good thing that he's able to fetch us 55 or 60 million for a player that didn't cost us anything. So I'm quite happy with the transaction. I'm just looking forward now in terms of the new Chelsea. And like I've said before, every player at Chelsea pre-Vivel is actually up for sale in my own opinion. There's a market for them, and there was a market for Mount. There's no point, and he wants to go. Somebody said something like, "Why are Chelsea fans happy that Mount is leaving?" Do you think Mount is not happy with this new deal he's just signed? Do you think Mount is sad and thinking like, "Oh, why did I leave Chelsea? Or I shouldn't have left Chelsea"? He's happy. He's over the moon. He's excited. So let him go. Let him go. Wish him all the best, man.
Fair enough.
I don't think I'll be watching him per se really because I don't think I will miss his football. I mean, I don't think he's one of those players that is out there to actually be watched.
Mhm.
He's just there because people want to see him. That's all. So I don't really have much lecture about him. Really.
Co-host Messi, the boy who has a dream, has
Oh, well,
done
I'm glad he's gone. I know the truth. I know what was offered. There was more than one contract offer. I let the rat go, but all your Mount stands stop coming up my boy Reese, calling him a PR merchant. Fuck you, haters. Run with your boy. That's it.
Wow, quick. That was delicious. I love that. Mr. K, Oga K, Messi Mount to Manchester United for 60 million. Give me your take, sir.
Thank you, Jerry. I think this was both good deals for both parties. Like, let him just go. I don't really fancy him as a player. He hasn't cemented a position for himself. I don't. He's not a winger. I don't see him as an eight. He's a terrible eight if he thinks he's an eight. I don't. He can't play a four. He can't play a six. I don't know, man. Just let him go. Get the money and just good luck to him. Like, and I think he's signing 5+1 contract. I thought he said he didn't want a long contract. So I don't know. All those guys are like, oh, he's a proper Chelsea. No, 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 no. Get the fuck out of here. It's just a job to them, man. It's just a job to them. He said he doesn't want a long contract. Now he signed a long contract with Manchester United. Just let him go. Let's just get in other players and just face the project. I mean, all those guys they're getting rid of, they will have to get rid of them anyways because they said there's barely any space in the locker room. So just let them go. I mean, it's a good deal for him. Manchester United gave him a good contract. He's gonna be making, I think, 250, 300 pounds a week, 300,000 pounds a week.
300,000.
Yeah.
300,000.
So with his bonuses, so like I don't. you can't beat that. So you might as well go play for Manchester United, play the Champions League, and go have fun. But I don't see anything. I don't see any reason why Chelsea fans should be worried or mad about this deal. It's just gonna turn out it's just gonna turn out like one matter. Just let him go. That's it.
Uh, Fair enough. Tosin, are you there? Vilton, you ready? I think both Tosin and Vilton, their mic has been muted for a very long time. I don't know what's going on. But before I come to Blue Eyes, because Bell, I know you have a lot to say. But let me quickly read the chat and I'm gonna hang the mic to Blue Eyes. So Tayo said at Blue Eyes, we have to watch it with Pami. We see, relax. So Tayo also says SSB fact. Tayo continued by saying Caicedo or Boss. The boy is
Tayo, Tayo.
Abdullah is 300k, yeah, 300k a week, yeah, that's his wages. Bowley is not giving free lunches. Interesting. So next season, it's McTominay, Fred, and Mason Mount in the midfield. Lord have mercy. I feel bad for Casemiro. Chai Chineke. SSB is Casemiro, then a drop from there. Tayo also said Mason cousin Koiken Gallagher is still at Chelsea. I have nothing to say. United fans think that Mount is going to be a young Ericsson. We'll see. You want to achieve with the big boys? Yeah, you got to go to a big club. We'll see. Tayo said it was certainly business. Not sure why these folks are being eaten on. In the end, Money Mays won. He got his back, still in England, playing for a big club, and coach and coach that value and the coach that values him. Fair enough. I rate and hack, but we'll see. Win-win, good business for both Chelsea and Mason. Yeah, 60 million. That's not a bad deal. We'll see. Big up K, Tayo. So Chioma, people are sleeping on duty. Relax. Oga Blue Eyes.
Thank you. Say hi to Tayo for me, man. Say hi to Tayo.
Oga Blue Eyes. Meche, the boy who has a dream. The Lacobam guy, the boy who was sort of the next Frank Lampard, has potentially left London Cowboy and joined the rest side of Manchester. Give me your take. I know you are sad, but both eyes, the mic is yours. I'm gonna just mute.
No, I won't talk
Right.
too much. No, don't worry. You don't have to. You don't have to go too far. I won't talk. Can you hear me? I won't.
We
I
can
won't.
hear you.
I won't talk too. There's nothing much to talk about. It's painful. It is very sad. It's a bad day in the history of Chelsea. I feel an abomination occurred in the past 24 hours. The fact that we've part ways with, part of the furniture. So again, I'm not gonna sit here and cry over spilt milk, because this this is business. Mason has moved on. But if you want me to look at this based on remorse, yeah, huge seller's remorse for me, huge. But we move, right? We move. It is a case where a kid got caught up between two regimes. Is the way I kind of concluded this whole picture. A kid that got caught up between two different regimes and a very hostile fan base. You understand? So, but it comes with the game. You can't be a baby in this game. It comes with the game. So, for those of you who are thinking Mason Mount, I don't even care about how much he makes, but those of you who are thinking that he won't get more than 150, this is the reason why that this negotiation process with Chelsea took forever. You see, he got 300 from a more expensive big club. We are letting other markets evaluate our own our own resources, which is fine because it comes with the game. It comes with the game, but let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. And like Abdul said, it's shrewd piece of business. There was a time when I used to say on Abdullah's channel that Mason Mount is worth about 110 million. So 60 million, I think, is a steal for what Man U want to do with this guy. You understand? So I think this is huge. This is going to be huge learning curve for Mason Mount. This is a statement move. This is a middle finger. This is a middle finger to the Chelsea fan base from Mason Mount, if you ask me. And it doesn't matter. It comes with the game. We've seen players go to enemy territory. This is not the first time. So let's not get too excited. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last. It won't be the last time, exactly. But if you look at it in terms of career progression and making moves, this was a shrewd piece of move, for lack of a better way to put it, by Mason Mount. He went to a bigger team. He's going to play Champions League football, and if he gets minutes, this guy could probably be I think at 300 grand, he's a starter for Man U.
Yeah.
At 300 grand, he's definitely starting for that team.
Blythe, I just want to ask you a question. Why do you think the current regime, the current owners, are not scared to sell all those guys to almost their direct rivals, to City, to Arsenal?
You know why?
With
You know why? You know what? You know what? It's very easy to answer that question. Okay, it's because when new owners come in, this is my opinion. Sorry, it's not general consensus. Sorry, my opinion. When new owners come in, for example, in this situation, right? They come in with no emotions. There's no emotional attachment. They come into virgin territory, so it's easy for them to execute on high critical business decisions like this, because it's not one of those where they have to say, it's like. Think about it. If you work for a boss or you have somebody work for you for over 10 years, you understand, versus a new boss that just comes in. And that's why when a new boss comes in, he lets everyone go. If you think about it, when a new boss comes in and wants to build his own team, there's always an overhaul because he wants to bring in his own cronies. But in this case, there is no emotion attached, man. Todd Bowley came in and said, "Who is Mason Mount? I don't care. Who is this guy? I don't care." He had that leverage. If this was Abramovich, even though Abramovich is even more ruthless than Todd Bowley, Abramovich would be a lot more inclined to the situation because of emotional attachment. That's why we are still fond of Abramovich till tomorrow. It's because of that emotional threshold that he holds with the Chelsea family. This guy has come in like a cowboy, Todd Bowley, which is exactly what is expected. He's coming to revolutionize. So he basically has to break down all the pillars to build back up. And in so doing, people like me, like you guys are cursing, the fans, the Mason Mount fans, and we're going to cry because we're losing our equity. We're losing our boys. I'm a fan boy. You understand? So it's beautiful business execution. because he has no emotional attachment. He doesn't know anything about Mason Mount, like Kima was saying. He doesn't know anything about Mason Mount growing up in where or being born here. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. He just is looking at, you know what he's looking. He came in and all he saw on his chessboard were financial pieces. Were just chess pieces. What do I do here? What do I do here? What do I do here? How do I bring this? Who comes here? Who comes here? And yeah, a lot of people might say it's not football like. It's not a football gesture because he's coming from, outside the ecosystem. But man, I didn't even know. Abdul was the one saying, I didn't even know we've got rid of 11 players. I haven't been following the news in the past 48
Yeah,
hours.
11 players.
I didn't even know this. You guys would have been hearing me hail. Todd Bowley would have been my avatar. I didn't know this. 11 players. This is what you call wholesale clear out. So
we also have to give a shout out to Paul Sterling and Lawrence Stewart. These are the two guys. These are the co-sporting director that has been doing the deal. Because Baghdad Ekbali and Todd has left all the negotiations to them. Do your job. We're gonna do our own job. Give us a feedback. That's it.
Yeah. So the only thing, you know what, I've really resolved myself. I've kind of. That's why I fear. I think we're going to see a new generation of Chelsea fans next season. We're going to see a new wave because we're in a different mode now, ladies and gentlemen. I think we better be ready for, when I mean the worst, I mean this rebuilding phase. We better be ready for it because I think it's real. I didn't want to believe it. I thought it was a placebo. This whole rebuilding thing. Yo, I think the train is here, man. We are going through rebuilding. I don't think we're going to taste bread for the next 2 seasons. And it's okay. I don't think so. I don't even think top 4. And the reason I'm saying this is I'm looking at the quality of some of the players that we're looking at. I'm looking at, some of the, and it's fine, but you can tell these are project players. They're all project pieces, in my humble opinion. I'm not an agent, but these are project pieces, and I think it favors the model that Todd Bowley and crew would like to adopt. This whole project building pieces, all this, So I don't know, because the only way we win, right, in this the only way we make a move in top 4 territory from next season is we have to buy gangsters. We have to buy complete players. We have to buy not 12 of them, but we need at least 3 key influencers.
I'm blessed. Your boy might join though. He might join in the midfield after Caicedo.
Who?
Frank Kessié.
Oh, I'm a Frank Kessié fan. Huge Frank Kessié fan, man. That's the kind of player I like. But again, for me though, I want that to sink in. This last statement I made, I know it's not a big deal. We need at least 3 key influencers. People 27 and up. Like 27, 28. Yeah. Somebody in that age grade. I'll be very honest with you because look at all the people we've been looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Correct me if I'm wrong. They are good players. I like them all. I like Michael Jackson. I like all of them. But the thing is, have you seen any influencer type persona in any of these kids that we've been looking at?
No, but this boils on the ownership and the manager. Who is our manager? Mauricio Pochettino. So if you're talking about these young players and bringing like 2021, 18, 17, you have a manager who is sport who can develop this player and make them an elite of an elite? Or are we going to buy 27-20 where you have to mix young and experience and young together for us to be that elite? For that to happen, you need an elite manager. Is Poch an elite manager? No, for me. So that's why when we're buying 18, 19, 20 players, who is the manager of Chelsea? Mauricio Pochettino. So I'm not surprised. The kind of signing we are signing. I'm not surprised.
Again, well, if that's the case, then like I said, get ready for the ride. There's a bumpy ride ahead, and I've come to embrace the potential because, listen, we can't do it with these kids, man. We cannot. We can't do it with people still cleaning their noses, man. We cannot, man. Like, just look all around. Look at the length and breadth of people we're bringing in. And I saw Tayo's comment. We're not even talking about the balance of injury-prone players we have left.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with that?
I will do the shot. Don't worry, I will do the shot.
Yeah, exactly. And what are we going to do about that? So, it's exciting times ahead. This is exactly what I expected, that um we're going to have to destroy to get back up. We're going to have to
So,
self-implode to get back up.
so the thing is, I've got an interesting perspective on this issue.
Go ahead.
I think the only player we've bought is Jackson, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well,
We've
we
only,
bought them. We
we've only
bought
bought
them.
Jackson
And Nkunku now.
and Kunku.
And
Oh, okay.
And the boy
Okay.
that's playing for assisting Rhys James.
Oi, 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 oi.
No. I mean, like this summer, we've only
Oh, okay,
bought.
okay. Sorry, yeah,
Oh,
this summer.
okay,
You're
so
right.
we don't really know. We're all just guessing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but then I've got an interesting take on this. I was discussing it with somebody. So, but it seems to be number one. We're probably going to have a diverse club or a diverse squad, and then it seems like majority or a high percentage of our players next season will be young players, and I can see a lot of people are already having making up their mind in terms of what they think the outcome will be in terms of our success next season. But then, Blue Eyes, can I ask you a question? Okay. How come? Hello.
go ahead.
I'm with you, my brother. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with you.
yeah. So, just to give you some comfort, but how come Ajax are able to do it for decades, where majority of their players are young players and they are either competing or they are winning the league?
Is that a question for me? I hope it's
No,
not.
it's like a rhetoric question, but you can
Okay.
make a comment.
Okay.
But I know where I'm going to getting at. So the thing is, the only excuse people would tell me is, well, it's the Dutch league, okay? But yeah, I know it's the Dutch league, but the model is what actually determines that's actually making that successful. It means what they are getting, or the group of players they're gathering are actually highly talented players, despite the fact they are young, and good coaching. So if we get highly talented young players for the Premier League and we have good coaching, what I'm trying to say is there's nothing that should stop us or prevent us from succeeding, because we've seen it work at Ajax and worked successfully.
No, my only problem with
And
that, Abdul, is, and this is the comment I'm going to make. One quick comment is because I can see what these guys are trying to craft out. They're Todd Bowley and crew. They're my guys. The entire management team. I can see what they're trying to craft out. They're trying to create a buffer between the fans and football operations in case we don't pick up steam. It would all make sense that we're not picking up steam because they have a bunch of kids. It's an easier sell to say, "Hey guys, this is a project. Give us time." And
no,
and
but what I'm saying is that even that might not be a hindrance. Depends on the quality of the young players we get and the kind of coaching we give to them. That might not even be a hindrance in us not succeeding. You get what I'm saying? And then another thing is it depends on the number of those young talents that we put together. Like somebody was telling me, the difference between a young player and an established player is the established player. It's not like they really get too better, but they become more reliable. You can rely on them. But with young players, you might not be able to rely on them because they're still learning, and they might not be able to actually meet the physical
yeah, but
challenge.
Abdul, that's not
So
a unique point. That is life in everything you do.
no. But the way
There's
around
nothing
it,
unique about
no, no,
trying to understand the difference between a kid
no.
and an experienced player. I
No.
mean, that one
Hold
is
on,
common
hold on,
sense.
hold on.
Yeah.
So there's a way around it. That's where I'm getting at.
Hmm.
The way around it is, rather than have a young player that you need to rely on, you have to get a few young players that will deliver what a young mature player will deliver. So if I have a 27-year-old striker now,
Hmm.
and I'm expecting 20 goals from that 27-year-old striker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
and I'm trying to substitute that young striker with a young young player that has great potential and good ability. What I need to do is what you need to do is get 2 or 3 young players and expect those 2 or 3 young players to deliver the 20 goals you need. So you can rely on one 27-year-old to deliver you 20 goals, but you have to get 3 young players to deliver you those 20 goals.
Abdul,
So there's even a way around it.
let
So
me
ultimately,
say
what I'm saying is,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me say something really quick.
Yeah.
I think that's the least of our worries. You see that math that you're breaking down, Abdul?
Yeah.
That's how confused it takes. That's how confusion creeps into a young squad. You see how you were saying you need this to, and it makes sense. It will work. Don't get me wrong. What you're suggesting will work, but there's too many cooks in the kitchen. You understand? Let me tell you the difference. The difference is we need players, right? That's why when we say we need experience, it doesn't mean we are littering the team with experience. We need players when we're up 1-0 and there's 5 minutes left. The opposing team, for some reason, scores 2 goals. They're up 2-1 and there's 1 minute left and we need to win that game. Those are the kind of characters we need. We need big characters. We need a few big characters, big pieces, people that know that okay, it's game time. Because the kids, like they will work hard. Kids will work hard. The kids will give you.
You are talking about decisive moments.
No, I'm not. It's not even about decisive moments. There are certain executionary moves that you can only get, unfortunately, from seasoned players. And let me tell you, some seasoned players are even 25, are even younger.
Yep.
You understand? So again, like I said, it's not about those numbers that you quoted. It's about players that can. That's why I said influencers. We're down 1 man. We're playing 10 against 11. We're down 2 goals. There's 5 minutes left in a game. Do we have the outfit to compete and even win in a situation like that?
So that is why I said the quality of the coaching you are giving those kids also counts. Okay, you might not need to give certain instructions to a senior player, but if you have quality coaching, you might need to drill in those decisions or instructions into some of those young players. So coaching is very, very relevant to them. What I'm trying to say is when people see our
Yo, my
our
people
young
are here on a.
big up Tosin, man. What's up? So what I'm trying to say is for the people who are going to paint doom and gloom for us, once they see that majority of our team or our squad is full of like young talent, is not necessarily essentially the case. And it shouldn't be a downer for us. That's what I'm trying to get to. So, but we will still have to wait and see because we really haven't bought anybody, so we don't really know what this guy's plans are.
Yep. That's fair enough. Tosin,
Yo.
the boy who was a dream has finally moved to the red side of Manchester. Give me your take.
Yo, I know Blue Ice is hurt.
I'm hurt, bro. I'm hurt, man. It's a bad day, bro. It's a bad day.
But Tosin, imagine this.
Yeah,
Blue Eyes
you
figure
dreamed
out
of him
player.
as the
Blue Eyes
Lampard. You
like
dreamed of him as the new
Tosin,
Lampard. I know.
I called him every name in the world. I know.
Tosin. You know what makes me so happy? Blue Eyes' favorite team that he has given him. I've moved for position team. Jorginho, Kai Havertz, and the boy who has a dream. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. The most important thing about even Kante that Abula doesn't even rate highly. He did not even join it. He went to Saudi Arabia. Imagine.
Bro, why is Conte going to Saudi? I mean, I get it though. Like, get your money, but nah, man. Like the French national team, there's a Euros coming up. Like,
he needs to stay fit to relax.
But he can still win more. Like, I don't get why he would.
Conte has won everything in world football, so relax.
No, he hasn't won the Euros.
Apart from the Euros, he's won everything. So, what else? He's won everything. So, give me your take on Mason.
I mean, no take really. Like, I've never really. I mean, apart from that one season in Champions League, I've never rated him highly. where he won the Champions League. That season, I've never seen a player just so good in the last two phases. Like, okay, that's not true, but like he was elite though, that stretch. You know, the way he played on the half turn. Like Mason on the half turn is dynamite. Like when he's in his element. When he's in his element. But I haven't really seen him in his element in years. What, 2 years now? So I don't really know or how to gauge. What was that, just a purple patch? A long purple patch? I don't know. Because now Ten Hag, I think Ten Hag is going to move fully to counter-attacking football. Full time, like they're going to go
especially
full
with
time
Mason.
counter-attacking football. Yeah, so when you're playing Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount in midfield, Lord have mercy. Good luck trying to keep the ball.
No ball retention.
Good luck trying to keep the ball. But that's still very vertical. Like they're gonna play a lot of vertical passes. They're gonna take risks. They don't care. You know, Mason will have a lot of chances to, you know, initiate counterattacks or, you know, spearhead counterattacks. So now United need to get that striker. Is it going to be an Osimhen, a Colomwani?
No, they're looking to the Atlanta striker.
Osimhen is going to Man U. What are you talking about?
No. They're looking at no. The Longatas have said 150 to 200. So they're looking at. No, they are looking at them. The Atlanta striker. What's his name? That guy.
Hodgland or something.
Hodgland, yeah,
I don't know much about him.
That's what Ten Hag.
No, but Ten Hag, but Osimhen will still. The Osimhen saga is going to last until August.
Yes,
because think about it, he has 2 years left on his deal,
and he's been offered 2 years already.
Yeah, he's been offered an additional 2 years, but his agent is going to advise him not to sign it. So we'll see where he goes. Whether he goes to the Prem or he goes to Paris, we'll see where he goes. But yeah, with Mount, I'm not sure, man. I'm not. Like, I don't know how to feel about this deal for if I'm a United fan. Like, he's gonna come in commanding high wages, so that means he's gonna be a starter. Yeah. So he's gonna be a starter off jump. He's gonna be a starter.
It's none of my business anymore. I'm so happy he's gone. I'm so happy.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is a huge part. This is a huge point in his career. Is he gonna sink or swim? You know, because if he stinks it up his first season at United, they will turn on him quickly.
And
like, who was this rent boy? Who was this Chelsea rent boy? They will turn on him so fast. Yeah. Like, why did we sign this rent boy? That's what they'll say. You know. But yeah, I think Mason's best strength is just his ability to strike the ball, his how devastating he is on the half turn, like when he's in his element. So those things, that's what he'll need to unlock when he's at United. So, but yeah, United are going to be a counter-attacking team. That's what this tells me. Ten Hag is going away for what he did at Ajax, and he's just going full counter-attack at United. So let's see how that goes. And from Chelsea's perspective, it's a good deal. 60 million with a year left on his deal. That's a fucking good deal, man. That's really good. That's really good.
I'm so happy. Kenny, are you there? Vilton, you guys there? Tosin, let me come to you. Yeah, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday we saw the report, and I have abused him. I've called him so many names. I'm still waiting. Maybe it's gonna be that man, because right now it's a boy for me. I still don't believe that, but we have to wait and see. Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. Give me your take, Tosin.
It's not done yet.
Bayern submitted 17 plus 10 million. Why Tottenham must put 100 million for him? So we'll see.
Yeah, 100 million pounds, so like 120 million euros, give or take.
That's who.
Bayern not going up to that.
Bayern said they will match him. Bayern's gonna pay it.
Bayern said Bayern are gonna pay 100 million euros. So that's like 85 million pounds. That's still
Exactly. Bayern
15 million pounds off of what
so they
Levy
said they will come
wants.
back. They will come back for the second bid, and it's gonna be close to 100 million. It's gonna later. He has already agreed personal terms with the Bayern, so it's about
Yeah. Like I had the scoop on that before Ornstein dropped it. You know,
okay.
I already had the scoop on that. If you in the group chat, but this deal was always there. This is a very great deal for Bayern. I mean, I think now that Benzema's gone, I think they're getting the best center forward in the world. So yeah, this is huge. This is huge for Bayern. And I'd be very excited to see how that goes. So you'll have Kane as a striker. You'll have potentially Sadio Mane, Coman, Sane. You know, just a slew of attacking options that Kane hasn't really had in his career. Like, I mean, Kane, like the best player that played off of Kane, honestly, was Dele Ali. Like, come on,
That's crazy.
or fucking Heung-min Son. I mean, Heung-min Son didn't even really play off Kane. Like, Son played, like Ali played off of Son, and like Son was super dependent on Kane. So
Yeah, but how much of Kane's influence helped? What's that kid's name from Juve flourish? The European.
Kulusevski.
Kulusevski. Yeah, Kulusevski. Okay, yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, he's actually good. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see Kane at Bayern. That's gonna be really. I'm gonna definitely watch Bayern games for sure next season to see how that flow is like.
You know what? Can I say something about with what Tosin just said? I'd be like,
Go ahead.
just to sort of, I don't know if I want to counter what Tosin said, but listen, man, I feel by Harry Kane going to Bayern is it's a lazy execution, man.
Because it's not the Premier League.
No, not even. I think it's too comfortable. It's such a comfortable move. It's not an out of the box. Like you see when what
if he went to City 2 years ago in 2021?
Something like that's out of the box. That's putting pressure.
How was that out of the box compared to Bayern?
You know why? You know why that's out of the box? It's because it was expected. There was so much pressure. If he went in and ate that pressure, right, then he's a don.
Pressure at City though, when they're winning the league, they've won the league as many times.
It's like when Haaland went to City. It's that same effect. He ate the pressure. I thought he was going to fall under pressure. Everybody knows. I thought he wasn't going to work, and he came in and ate it all up. I feel going to Bayern is so comfortable, man. It's like a retirement move. It's like it's like a retirement move for me. It's too comfortable. I think I thought he was going to go because if he did it anywhere
but he's going to get a guaranteed league title and deep Champions League runs. That's what you want.
Yeah, but
that's what you want. That's all that matters.
Listen, Bayern can do that without
European football.
I know, but Bayern can do that without a coach. Bayern can autopilot their way to Champions League quarterfinals just because of how they're stacked up and the way they're set up. No disrespect to the German league. I just find, you see when what's his name left Bayern and went to Barcelona, that's a risky move. What's his name?
Lewandowski?
The Polish kid. Yeah,
the Polish kid. He's like 35, man. But yeah,
I know. But again, that's what I'm trying to say is, Harry Kane goes to Bayern, he wins it all, guaranteed. He wins it all, but it's too easy, man.
That doesn't elevate his legacy.
Mobilize, like I said.
No, not even one bit.
No, it does. It does, bro. I think it does. I think it does a lot.
Listen, I respect what his name.
I think if he goes to Bayern, I think if he goes to Bayern fans will be shocked and say, "Wow, maybe Lewandowski wasn't as good as we thought." Dead ass. I'm dead ass right now. And that's no disrespect.
It's always like that.
But
no, I'm serious. If Kane goes to Bayern and he's balling out of his mind, bro, like that definitely helps his legacy, bro.
Because blood, this is what I said about Kane to Bayern. Because I said he's a coward if he doesn't leave Tottenham Hotspur, and and I've
He has to go
remained
to
that
Man U.
statement
I
for a
thought he
very
was
long
going to go
time.
to Man. Man U is a
Because now,
risky move.
Yeah,
because
that's a risky
for
move.
me
His
right now,
entourage actually prefers that he
Yeah.
goes to United.
but
I thought he was going
this is
to
what I said.
Manchester.
Blythe, this is what I said. Harry Kane to Bayern Munich for me. I'm gonna say right now, it's gonna be the Ballon d'Or podium as a shout. That is guaranteed because Harry Kane will give you 40, 45 goals in Bundesliga. That's a fact. I'm not taking out that. In a season, not all competition, in a season, he will guarantee you 45 goals in it because he's gonna be it's gonna
Wait,
be fully fit.
no, he's not gonna score 45 league goals. Chill, bro,
Tosin,
chill,
the Premier League, Harry Kane is
chill.
scoring 30 goals and is winning the
Bro, then
Golden
why
Boot.
didn't
He will
Sadio
go to
Mane
Bayern.
score? Why didn't Sadio Mane score even 20 league goals in the Bundesliga?
Tosin, I'm telling you right now,
Why has Leroy Sané looked weak as hell in the
those are
Bundesliga
different
too?
profile of play. Harry Kane is a
I
striker.
know, I agree, but he's not gonna score. He's gonna. So
He will
basically, you're
see.
telling me he's gonna break Lewandowski's Bundesliga single season record in his first season? Don't
Yes,
do
he will
that,
break it.
man.
Yes, that's how prolific he is.
No.
Yes, he is
No.
a
Chill.
damn good goal scorer. Yeah, he will.
No, he is a damn. I agree. He's a damn good goal scorer. That's a fact. But I don't think he'll score 40. That's come on, bro.
Tosin, we are talking about the EPL as being very fast-paced, technical, and Harry Kane is a technical striker. And imagine the Bundesliga giving him his space. Lord have mercy. Good luck to you, Bundesliga defender. Good luck.
But teams actually don't play in space like that against Bayern.
But Tosin,
Since they're
with
the
Max
best team,
Hummels,
teams park the bus against Bayern. Since
yes.
Bayern are the best team in Bundesliga. That's why Mane isn't scoring as much. That's why Sané, his numbers dropped a bit. It's not really. It's a different perspective when you're the best team in a league. Most teams, they're gonna know that since this is the best team, they're gonna play in the deep block. That's the thing about these foreign leagues. They don't just give teams space like people always think. They play deep blocks. The bad teams, they will play in the deep block. Bayern we're playing in deep blocks all season and we're struggling. Nagelsmann, even Tuchel, just struggling. So it's not going to be this space, all this space and stuff. Like no. It's not Dortmund.
Tosin, this was like Karl Malone going to LA to go get a ring. Same move, man. It's like Karl Malone going to LA from Utah to go get a ring on his last. That's the same move that this guy is doing going to Bayern. It for me it taints his I don't know, man. I find it too easy, man. Gary Bale did more of a riskier move going to Real Madrid than this guy.
To Real Madrid?
But
Harry Kane would like to go to Madrid, but Madrid don't want him. They want Kylian. They want Kylian Mbappe. So
no, but Man U is drooling for this guy.
Oh, United?
Yeah.
But United, they're just.
But the problem is, without the takeover, United can buy Kane.
You think so? I think they can still buy him.
They don't have the money, eh?
They don't have the money. No. Without the takeover, they cannot buy Kane. They cannot.
Yeah, but it's a statement. But look at everybody. You remember last season? Even Abdullah said Arsenal doesn't have the money. Look, if
United were to sign Kane, that'd be their biggest signing since Van Persie.
So United can buy Kane, and they've just bought Mount for 60 million.
The problem is. No, they have to sell players on high wages like Sancho, McTominay.
Yeah, they
won't. Oh, but you don't know, do you?
That's what we have been briefing on the report. So if they have to, because this is
they're gonna pay Rashford as well.
Abdul, this is what you have to factor in. This is what they have to factor in. You have to factor somebody in. Daniel Levy. Levy will prefer to sell to Bayern Munich out of Europe for 80 million. If you want to sell to Man United, it's gonna tell them, give me 150. I don't give an F about you. Give me 150 or no Harry Kane.
But give 150 for a dude with a year left on his contract.
What I'm saying is,
that's a good point.
Man, what I'm saying is just
no. But what I'm saying is he's not only going to go to United only because United don't want him. That's the reason he won't be at United. It's just because it's not a money factor. Seriously. I tell you, this FFP or what you call it, it goes missing anytime Man United and Man City are doing their deals. These guys, they have the money for whatever reason or however they get it, they have the money. It's only if they don't want Kane, but if they want Kane, I don't think, what I'm trying to say is money is not a factor for United getting Kane. It's only because maybe they don't
But
want to,
I,
or
but,
Ten Hag doesn't want
but
to.
I get what you said. But the problem here is it's not even United. It's Daniel Levy. Levy has come out and said it.
Or
If
maybe
I'm
Kane
gonna
just
sell
doesn't
to
want
that,
the move. Maybe
see,
Kane doesn't want
and
it.
this is it here. If Daniel Levy
So
wants, he said, if I want to sell to any EPL team, he said, I'm not letting Kane go less
If
than
you're
100.
Kane, okay, with Abdullahi, if you're Harry
Mhm.
Kane and you had the choice of United or Bayern, where are you going? Same,
Bayern
maybe
Munich.
same wages.
Bayern Munich.
no, you go to United because you're
See,
going to
okay.
get.
Posting this, I'm gonna tell you Bayern because United, yes, Ten Hag. I rate Tuchel higher than Ten Hag for me, and I think him going to Bayern Munich, he can win the UCL in Bayern than United. That's
I
a
agree.
fact.
I agree. I actually agree
Ah,
with you. I think I'm going Bayern.
Abdullah, just an interesting take for you. Okay, if Daniel Levy was doing the deal for Chelsea, how much do you think he would have got for the Mount deal? I think he would have
That's
been
a
able to
fantastic
squeeze.
question. That's a
I think
maybe,
he would have been able to squeeze like 10 million extra from that deal.
More
and I
than
think
that. More than that.
More?
United will walk
Oh,
away.
come on.
United
No, but
will-
that's a good deal.
It's
Get
a
50,
fantastic question, man.
but
You
man,
know
I
why? You
guess
know why that question
the
is
English
good?
Premier League is
But-
just different. Honestly, the Premier League is just different. For
but
foreign
Abdul-
clubs to get
Mhm.
50, 60, 70 million euros for a player on the last year of his deal, bro, if you're a foreign club, if you're playing outside of England, that means the fucking world, man. To
because
get that.
Abdul,
I guess
I get what
the
you
Premier League, you guys are just on different. You guys are on a whole different
I
wavelength.
get what you
Man.
said, Abdul. I get
To
what
still
you
be
said.
crying
But-
about 55 billion
Listen,
with 1 year
like I
left. That's
said,
nuts.
like I factor something in. I get what I've wanted Kane to leave for a very long time because this guy deserves trophies. For me to put him on that echelon of a striker, I want to put him on. But you are getting something. He has 1 year in his contract, and by January, he can sign a pre-contract with any club in his mind in world football, if you like. So if I'm Daniel Levy, I would not sell to United, or rather sell to Bayern, because I believe if I sell to United, I am finished as a chairman of Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane will guarantee me 35 goals in Manchester United. That's a fact, because he's gonna be a fully foot striker. If he goes to Bayern, I'm already telling Tosin, if Harry Kane goes to Bayern, he's scoring 50 goals in Bundesliga, whether you like it or not. That's how good, prolific he is as a striker.
Man, if he scores 50 goals up, who was the last player to score 50 league goals in a season?
Gerd Muller.
No, just in Europe in general.
That's
Maybe-
a good question. Let me think.
Maybe Leo Messi or Leo Messi,
Probably,
something.
yeah, probably Ronaldo or Messi or Lewa. One of those
Mhm.
three.
Yes. And if
I don't
Harry
even
Kane
think
does-
Lewa did it. What was Gerd Muller's record? Because in Bundesliga, remember, they don't play 38 games. They play 34. So you're telling me he's going to score 50 goals in
Yes.
34 games?
He's
You
gonna be
sound
the penalty
nuts.
taker,
You
and he's gonna
sound
score so
nuts.
many
You
goals.
sound nuts.
I'm not joking, Tosin. He will score those goals. He will. That's how good of a striker. I rate Harry Kane very highly. That's only English player that I rate very highly in world football. He's a technical, good, damn good striker. Very,
I
very
agree.
good.
I 100% agree, but he's not. 50 goals is crazy.
I'm not joking. Harry Kane will score goals when he can create, and if you create for him, he will score goals. Harry Kane is not a service striker. He knows how to position. And guess what? Bundesliga suits him because he doesn't have that pace, but he has that intelligence and brain. He knows how to score goals.
Yeah, I think
Harry
I
Kane
think
will
his
close his eyes and
arrival will
score.
help Mane. I think his arrival will help Mane. Maybe Mane will redeem himself after the lackluster first season at Bayern. So
And guess what, Tosin? In Champions League, Bayern in Champions League with Harry Kane will be more stronger. That's the favorite
yeah,
to win the
yeah,
UCL.
for sure. Yeah.
And if Harry Kane win that UCL, guess what? English media, Ballon d'Or shout straight away.
Don't go to Bayern.
Ballon d'Or
Don't
shout
spoil
straight
it.
away.
Harry Kane, don't go to Bayern. Don't spoil it, man. Stay at Tottenham.
He needs to
Nah,
go to Bayern for
I
me.
know you need him. You need him in the Premier League. I
Yeah,
know
we
what
need-
it is,
oh,
boys. You
exactly.
need to,
We need him
and
in
you
the
actually
Premier
do.
League.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's an English player. Like you
Don't
do
go to
need him in the
Bayern,
Premier
man.
League.
Come on,
I
man.
agree. But if he
Stay
goes to
in the
Bayern,
limelight.
I
Stay
mean,
in the
he's doing what
limelight.
Lineker did. Lineker went to Barca.
Yeah.
Who else?
Okay. Yeah.
What are English strikers?
What's his name? McManaman.
McManaman went to Madrid. Yeah, you're right. But he was a winger. He wasn't really a
Beckham went to
striker.
Madrid.
Beckham to Madrid.
David Ronaldo,
Owen Hargreaves was at Bayern as well.
Michael Owen
Michael
went
Owen.
to
There's another English boy at
Yeah.
Bayern right now who won them the league on the last match day, Jamal Musiala. So
Inshallah.
I'm just saying.
And now they got Drew Belle.
Oh yeah, they got Jude Bellingham. Yeah.
Belenche.
Yo, that's gonna be interesting. What do y'all think of Bellingham going to Madrid for real? Like,
I'm happy for him, man. I'm so
I don't
happy.
with Bellingham, but going to Madrid is a
bro.
see. Listen, I said
You know what I
it
said?
already.
But you know what I said though? I
Listen,
said
no. This is
Oh,
for
sorry.
me. I told Blue Eyes, Ancelotti is a godfather when he's a grandpa when it comes to coaching. I do not rate Belly. Is an overrated player for me. But the scary part about it is Carlo Ancelotti. And I'm Ancelotti coach you. I'm gonna put my hands up and say I have nothing to say anymore. It's Carlo Ancelotti. He will improve Bellingham a lot that I will have to hit my word on Bellingham. I am
No,
not joking.
midfielders play their best seasons with Ancelotti.
I
From
am
like
not joking.
Pirlo
I
at
will have to
Milan
hit my
to
word on
Lampard at
Ancelotti.
Chelsea
I'm not
to
joking.
who else? Modric at Madrid, like
Mm-hmm.
because Ancelotti was a former midfielder himself, you know.
Yeah.
So he's really good at helping those midfielders and helping midfielders progress. If Ancelotti doesn't rate you as a midfielder, then you most likely won't have a career.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Harry Kane has you see, for me, it's an English captain. He has the English media around him where he has power over the level. As I'm saying, let me look at United, you will look at Bayern. He will tell Harry Kane and his entourage, I know you guys want to push for United move. And he will stand his ground, he's the chairman. He will tell them 150 or no Kane. And he will tell them, I would rather Kane leave for free than selling him to you on the cheap.
You think United are just like they've just stopped the track, like they've just stopped looking at Kane altogether?
Yes,
United?
because of that, because of Daniel Levy, because of him.
Yeah.
Because there's no.
I think Bayern is his only out right now. Bayern is legitimately his
Levy
only
is
out.
like Napoli. Napoli De Laurentiis is like De Laurentiis, and if De Laurentiis tell you 150, it's 150. If
De Laurentiis, man, De Laurentiis is a clown, man.
If he tells
I don't know why he's
150,
asking 200 million for Osimhen, bro. What's his problem?
Imagine that 200 million on Osimhen. Just imagine 200 on Osimhen. We are finished. 200. See, and the funny part about it is, he will tell you if you want to go on 2 installment, it's better. Or give us 100 million straight cash up front, then you can do the rest on add-ons. That's what he's gonna tell you. The Laurentiis and Daniel Levy,
He's just ruining. He's
they are born
ruining
on the
the
same.
vibe, man.
They wear the same cut. They cut the same cut and clothes together. That's what I'm telling Abdul. Yes, we all want him to stay in the Premier League. Yes, we're gonna miss a very.
Those are the only two strikers that are worth anything right now in this market, bro. Like you guys are getting guys like Nicholas Jackson and pretending to be excited. I mean, but honestly, the only two nines that really matter right now in the window: Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen. Everyone else is just whatever.
This is not the problem. Yes, you are right, but they have a very tough ownership to negotiate with.
Yeah.
So the problem
That's what I'm saying. Whoever gets these two strikers, because Kane, he's the high football intelligence striker, high IQ, technical quality. Osimhen, physical specimen. Physically, best striker in Europe. Personally, I think he's better than Haaland. And in the air, Osimhen in the air is by far the best in Europe. It's not even close. Even by the numbers, by the eye test, he's like a center back in open play in the air. Bro, as a center back, you can't even match Osimhen in the air, bro. Osimhen will score headers for days. And then the way he meets crosses in Serie A, they're already likening him to Batistuta. To Batigo, bro. Like, Osimhen is no fucking joke. Whoever gets Osimhen, bro, you are fucking... Provided he stays away from injuries, you're getting one of the strikers that will define this generation. So, like, those are the only two strikers that matter in the market right now. To me, Kane and Osimhen.
If Chelsea get Osimhen, you guys have to hit
Chelsea will. Chelsea will not.
Chelsea are not getting. You're not sniffing Osimhen.
Just forget about it.
I'm just saying.
You're not sniffing
Osimhen. If you get Osimhen, you might have to hit him this game. Oh my god! If you get Osimhen,
you're not going to.
You might have to hate me on this stream.
The only time you're going to see
I'm
Osimhen
just telling you,
lock up,
I'm giving you an introductory music
the
now.
only time
You might have
Osimhen
to
will
hate me.
come is when he's 35. And
Relax.
he's retired to play golf.
Like Eto.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, he's not coming back. Listen, we shot ourselves in the foot. We don't have Champions League for the next 2 seasons.
It doesn't
We're not going
matter.
to attract, it matters. So I'm not going to
Wait,
attract him.
what about João Felix? Are you guys getting him? Are you guys
You can
going to end
take
up
him, man.
keeping
You
him?
can have him, man.
We're not
So
getting him. We're not getting him. No, we're
we
not.
don't need that guy, man. That guy empty. That guy is crackers, man. Nothing.
Damn.
Listen, let me tell you guys something.
Mhm.
I used to come on this stream and whine and whine and whine about one name. And you guys used to hate on me and say that I am all about the queen and blah 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 black sheep. And guess what? That same name I always used to come and whine about has now broken the history in English football of the only player that commanded the highest transfer fee.
Oh yeah. We need to talk about him too. Yeah.
We need
let's
to talk about that because I
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes,
y'all
too.
need to explain like what's going on,
Tosin,
bro.
Tosin is one of his doubters. Exactly. So I just want this
And
to
I remain a doubter. Like I don't get it,
But okay, like you guys said,
bro. Do
Declan
you know
Rice.
he's gonna be the 10th? He's gonna be the 10th most expensive player
Of course.
It will
in
be,
British
yeah.
football.
British
No. This is the highest transfer.
No, sorry. In not in British football. In
World
football
football.
history, in
Yeah,
world football.
exactly.
Yo,
World
Abdullahi, can you pull up
Mhm.
the British record Premier League, just the Premier League's record signings, just
Let me see. Premier League
1 to 5 or 1 to 10? Just the
So,
10,
ladies
just
and
Premier
gentlemen,
League, Premier League only,
sometimes
Premier
when we
League
talk
only.
about when we talk about players on this channel, it's not because of anything. It's because if you know ball, you know ball. The past 3 days I was laughing. I'm like, no, Man City asked for 90
So
million. Arsenal
yeah,
say
Man
no.
City.
And Arsenal say, I think Man City pump faked though. I really do. I think Man
Yeah,
City
yeah, they did.
went
They
after
did. They just
Arteta.
they just said let's just fuck around with the
Yeah, I think it
price,
was one
so
of those
Arsenal
very
can
good.
go higher. Yeah.
And they push Arsenal to go higher.
Yeah, I
Imagine
think that
that.
was a pump fake. Yeah, I really do.
Because I think Declan has been set on Arsenal from the beginning. I think Bayern had some interest and he was listening to them, but that was just not realistic. So yeah,
Real Madrid
because
had
Tuchel wanted him apparently. Tuchel and Bayern wanted him, but yeah,
we have
it's,
somebody paying
he's going to
105.
Arsenal.
Tosin, Rice, Odegaard, and Kai Havertz. Hi. Nah,
Blue eyes. I'm telling you right now.
I'm sleeping with the AC on, bro.
Blue eyes. I'm not worried. I'm not even worried at all.
Will Arsenal even get better next season? That's something to think about. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
With my boy,
Blue eyes.
Julian, with my
Blue
boy
eyes, I'll
Julian.
say it again. Blue eyes, I'll say it again. Declan
Damn.
Rice, I have.
Yo, look how happy Blue Ice is for the ops, man. This is crazy.
Let me read this. Let me read the chat. Daniel says United bought Casemiro and Alvarez, Bruno, Rashi, add Mount Onana under Ten Hag. They will still have Shaw and some more decent player and not overspending. Choma said, I feel sad too. I just don't know how to express myself. Choma is called I'm unavailable. That's Davido. Go listen to Davido. You're gonna be fine. But don't worry, Madam Chioma. We are fine here. I'm unavailable. So go and listen to. Do you want to listen to?
They
Listen
no
to
go see me.
They're not gonna see me. So for me, they're not gonna see me. So Messi Mat has moved to Manchester. That's it. So Tayo said, Kante is empty, not more of midfield.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. Absolutely. He's in the Mount Rushmore of midfielders. Yeah.
Chioma
He can
said, in Kante owns a football club. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he just bought a football club. Yes, that's true. Kante is a football demigod. Only Chelsea player that deserve a full episode in Blue Studios. Yes, that's true. I call him Shifoga. Kante is a Shifoga for me, man. Shifoga. When it comes to legend of a game, it's Ungolo for me. But injury did not let me enjoy him very well. But nothing more to say. Tayo also said people don't give Mount enough credit for his hunger, mental toughness, leadership, and eye for goal. Tayo,
don't mind them. Pryor, don't mind them.
I would prefer not to respond to that. Tayo said, big up to Sin Romano. Here we go. Chineke. Good for a said, Harry Kane has been out of ball since he signed a professional contract at Tottenham Hotspur.
He's been out of the box since he signed for Spurs.
Vote for a going to Bayern is like going to a club med.
Yes, it is like going to Club Med, bro. Thank you.
Tayo also said, we all know Kane will be at Spurs next season. I know that for sure. I know, but Bayern are coming back for a second bid.
He's going to do the Spurs. He's going to do the Spursy.
Harry Kane aren't going anywhere. I agree. That's why I call him a coward. Alan had
Wait, he's a coward if Levy is blocking him?
No, if he does not leave. Yeah, for me, he has to force Levy to sell. That's what I believe. He has to force Levy to sell. Because 2 years ago, he forced Daniel Levy to make a decision when it comes to Manchester City. He was about to leave for City. He has to do the same thing to Bayern. If he truly wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur, he has to force Daniel Levy to accept the second bid coming from Bayern Munich. He has to force his hand. He has to. If he has an ambition, he has to tell Daniel Levy, F you, I'm out. I don't care anymore. I'm gone. That's it. He has to. Vote for Office said, so when is Tosin gonna speak about Lucho? Maybe on the next thing.
The Godfather.
On the next thing, Tosin will talk about Lucho. Kane is too old. No one is paying 100 million for Kane. Stop. Tayo, stop. He is that good. Stop. It's only.
No, I agree. No, I agree with Tayo there, bro. Kane is gonna be 30, 20. It's gonna 100 million is man. But
Yeah,
that's
but
the thing. It's because the market is screwed. Darwin Nunez went for 100 million. All these players are going for 100 million. That's why I told you to pull up the Premier League. That's why I told you to pull up the
pulling up right now.
records. Like so many players are going for 100 million.
Exactly.
But
So
the best business case for Harry Kane is it's 100 million that is almost going to guarantee Champions League. It's the only way you can sell that. Because
so the most expensive one.
With Harry Kane, Bayern Munich goes close to at least semi-final Champions League.
I agree. So the one, top 10 most expensive, Enzo Fernandez, that's number one.
Who's already a flop according to Blue Eyes?
No, it's a complete.
Ariza Balaga.
So wait. 10 is Kai Havertz, flop. Kepa, flop.
Yep.
Nicolas Pepe, flop.
Jadon
Sancho, flop. Okay, Van Dijk.
Okay.
Van Dijk, okay.
That okay, that's the first one.
Romelu Lukaku, flop.
Kaku, flop.
Harry Maguire, flop.
Maguire, flop.
Oh, boy.
Anthony,
that flop.
Idiot doing the stupid Rabona, flop. Labio Pogba, oh my god, this is one of my
favorite. Half and half.
He annoys me, man.
Half and half.
Romelu Lukaku from Inter Milan again.
Romelu Lukaku again, flop.
Jack Grealish, good.
Low-key flop. He scored 5 goals this season, bro. Enzo, okay, remains to be seen. But see, most of it are flops, man. All flops. When Declinio was in this list, is he gonna be a flop too? When Declinio makes this list, is he gonna be a flop too, Blue Eyes? That's all I'm asking.
Listen, Declinio in that midfield is a problem. Declinio with Havertz.
He can do what Partey was doing.
Havertz
and then some.
And then some.
Let me finish up this. I'm not even worried at all, but we'll see. Tosin said it is not a good business decision to spend 100 on Kane at this age. It's an injury. Stop. It doesn't get injured. Stop. No. I don't believe that. Kane can work for free next season. Relax. We'll see. At Tosin Romano, what is the word on Valverde? He will cook at Chelsea. I don't know about that.
No, I don't have any info on Valverde.
We'll see. I agree with Blue Eyes. I don't like this Kane move.
I'm telling you, SSB, it's crazy.
But if you're a Bayern fan, you want it though.
Osimhen really hit baby 32. Stop. This Kane move is like playing Oka to lose your virginity.
Hey, come on. SSB is crazy.
Please don't do this, please.
Yo, why are you trying to expose some people's history here, man? Stop.
They clean you. Chelsea for life said, are we getting Neymar?
70,
Mm,
80 million, 80 million
we'll
euros.
see. Vote for it, and you can thank OC for Neymar by
Oh,
that
QSI,
inflated the
QSI.
market. Okay, KSI for
That's a
Neymar
lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
by that
That's a
inflated
lie.
market. Also,
We did not inflate
Opanka
the market.
also Opanka inflated the
He
market.
did.
Both a lie.
Convoluted the market. It's not a lie. Well
Tayo
said.
said, "I have a feeling Rice will be on the list of flop too." Chineke. Ateta is going to
Look,
either
man, the Premier League, you guys are just spending
Ateta is
money
either
recklessly.
see, Ateta is either going to
Recklessly.
No,
okay.
the problem in
Tayo
Mount.
said Ateta
Uh-huh.
is either going to look like a Buffon or genius after this transfer window.
That's
See,
true. No,
because
but
Blue
you have to
Eyes,
make risky moves like that.
This
No,
is
they
for
spent
me.
what? You spent 200 million or close to 220
Yeah,
million on
you got
Declinio, Kai Havertz, and who else?
And Julius Timber and Timber too.
And
Timber. Yeah,
Timberland. Like, come
yeah.
on, bro. Come on, bro.
Because I said
Yo, I like
I said
Tosi. I like
I
that
said it
Timber
last season.
kid, man. That
Blue
guy
Eyes, I
can
said
play.
I don't
I
see
said it last
anything
season, and I'm gonna
special.
say
I
it
don't
again.
see anything. I
Blue
watched
Eyes,
a bit in the
I will
Netherlands.
say
I don't
it
see
again.
anything special.
The downfall of Arsenal Football Club isn't the player, it's the manager for me. I don't want Arteta as an elite manager. For me,
No, but to be fair, Abdullahi, though, he's brought them. He's done better than all the recent ones.
See. For me to say it can galvanize them to win the Premier League, heck no. If Jurgen Klopp is an Arsenal manager, Blue Eyes, I am worried. If he buy Kai Havertz, what's called, and he has Odegaard, and he buy Declan Rice, Blue Eyes, I am seriously worried.
So what is
I'm gonna
Klopp
be
gonna
sweating.
do that Arteta isn't doing?
Klopp is an elite manager, and I rate him very highly than Arteta for me.
No, but
For me,
listen. I'm like Tosi said. I'm not here to big up the ops, okay? But the thing,
No,
the
you're
thing
gonna be
is,
watching though. You're gonna be
I
watching though,
will.
bro.
I will. But the thing is, right? When I envision that midfield, it's three guys that like the ball doing the work for them. That scares me. They don't. That's why I don't think they will flop, because these are guys that are more ball. They're pass first players. The three of them. It's not like they want to go and shine. No, these are guys that will give for the team. That's their DNA. So if Arteta can keep them, for me, if Arteta keeps them grounded and just put them in that position where all they're doing is here you go, here you go, here you go, feed the runners. What's his name? The Brazilian kid, uh, and the other one, what's his name? Martinelli, and all those guys. Just keep them busy. That midfield is ruthless, and then close it off with Aurier. When Jorginho comes in and lock the boss and throw away key, it's curtains.
we will see. We will see. On our next thing, we'll potentially talk about Kylian Mbappe. To get ready. Get ready. So, guys, God bless. Peace out. Stay safe.
God bless. Peace, man.